With Lotto in his basement and 31 flavors. But the SSR's dollar signs. Oh my god! With a super duper mix. SSR does that. Oh my god! Oh my god! Oh my god! Oh my god!
Yeah, man, what you need? Police, open now. Oh, shit! We have a warrant for Watto's arrest. Get down and put your hands up where I can see them. What the fuck did I do, man? What did I do? Just shut the fuck up. And get your motherfucking Toydarian ass on the floor. But I didn't do shit, man! Just shut the fuck up. Watto, won't you step up to the stand and tell the jury how you feel about this bullshit? Well, I'm tired of the motherfucking jacking, sweating my gang while I'm chilling in the shack and shining the light on my face. But for what? Maybe it's because I kick so much butt, I kick ass, or maybe because I blast on a stupid ass Jedi when I'm playing with the trigger of an Uzi or an AK. Because the police always got something stupid to say. They put out my picture with silence because my identity by itself causes violence. The W with the criminal behavior. Yeah, I'm a gangster, but I still got flavor. Without a gun and a badge, what do you got? A sucker in a uniform waiting to get shot by me or another Toydarian. And with a gat, it don't matter if he's smaller or bigger. Size ain't shit. Because he's from the old school, fool. And as you all know, W is here to rule. Wherever I'm rolling, keep looking in the mirror and ears on cue so I can hear a dumb motherfucker with a gun. And if I'm rolling off the 8, it'll be the one that I take out and then get away while I'm driving off laughing. This is what I'll say. Fuck the police. Fuck the police. Fuck the police. Fuck the police. The verdict! The jury has found you guilty of being a redneck, white bread, chicken shit motherfucker. But wait, that's a lie! That's a goddamn lie! Get him out of here! I want justice! Get him the fuck out of my face! I want justice out! Right now! Oh, fuck you. You Toydarian motherfuckers, and I repeat, fuck the police. Fuck the police. Fuck the police. Fuck the police. Ladies and gentlemen, retired filmmaker George Lucas.
That was very good storytelling, Watto.
Thank you. We never finished the second half of the song from last week, which someone donated specifically so I could perform the entire song. And yes, the second half of the song has more act outs. It let me sort of stretch my range as an actor a little bit.
Right. And that's the best way to tell a story. And the person who donated should have understood. If you're going to tell a story, put some time in between the chapters of the story.
Split the parts.
Fuck the police, episode 1. Fuck the police, episode 2.
Correct.
Yeah.
George, I don't know if you feel this way, but the last week for me has felt like watching Revenge of the Sith and A New Hope at the exact same time. Like we are simultaneously at all moments watching a very sort of empowering, liberating rise of the people standing up against what's wrong, the promise of perhaps a better future ahead of us, and also simultaneously watching fascism rise. Democracy dying to thunderous applause. It's happening like in split screen, and it's a battle of which is going to have a greater impact first. You know?
Yeah.
I hate it, George. It's tough.
Yeah.
It's tough.
And speaking as a man in his mid to late 70s,
Yes.
a white, gray-haired man,
Yes.
in his mid to late 70s. The police even came for me this week in Buffalo, New York. They might as well have knocked down George Lucas when the Buffalo police decided to knock down that 75-year-old gray-haired man.
Oh, that is very true. That is very true. I hate it, George. It's been rough. I mean, as I said, very many empowering things happening on a minute-by-minute basis, but it's still
No, but you heard the thunderous applause when the cops who pushed that George Lucas stand-in, let's call him, when they pushed him to the ground, when those cops were then applauded by other cops shortly after that. Thunderous applause.
Thunderous applause. It's nice, George, to just once a week be able to sit here with you and talk about the real issues, just one normal, real person to another. No bits, No
bits.
It would be very hard to do comedy during this.
That's why we're not. We're raising money for charity.
We're raising money for charity.
Normally we do lots of jokes and skits and things that are funny.
Not so this week.
We'll do things for money. We'll do things,
yes.
but these are not fun times. And this week we're raising money for a very special cause. That already has raised a lot of.
Yes.
They've already met their goal, but there's no harm in shooting past it.
No.
Which is that Chris Redd from Saturday Night Live set up a GoFundMe to donate so people can donate for COVID-19 testing and treatment for protesters.
Relief for protesters.
Because a lot of people are they're taking a risk, but also some of the people who are being arrested are being put into situations where they have no choice, where they are crowded into buses and to small spaces and kept there for extended periods of time. Habeas corpus in New York has essentially been eliminated because the cops are arresting so many people that they don't have they can't deal with them fast enough. And so people are being held longer than they legally are allowed to be held under normal American circumstances.
Yeah, here's another element to that too. If you look at the photos and the video coming out to the protest, most of the protesters I see are wearing appropriate facial covering. Most of the cops I see are not.
Yeah.
By even going to these protests, the cops are endangering the lives of many, many peaceful protesters.
This is how bad it is. Even the stormtroopers, who were terrible people, except for the ones later on. Obviously, Finn, and we later found out that when I was making them, all of the stormtroopers were bad dudes.
Right.
Now it's different. But in the original vision, even those stormtroopers wore appropriate masks.
Yes.
You could not get COVID-19 from a stormtrooper.
Impossible.
But you can from an infected American police officer who's not wearing a mask.
George, I've noticed every week we've done this, and this is what now? This is our 5th week of doing this, if you include the first live stream. So the last 4 weeks since the first one, when I log on, when the stream starts, I look in the live comments and someone says, "Wow, Watto looks really rough this week." Every week, someone says it as if, "Oh boy, I thought he looked bad before, but this week, Watto looks like he's really out of it." And that's at the beginning of the stream. And I have to say, what you're seeing is the physical wear of the greater reality we are living through. And that's why we need to make a difference. We need to help those who are fighting for the just cause. We need to do everything we can, because this sucks. This fucking sucks. It fucking sucks. It's awful.
Oh,
Right.
wakey, wakey.
Wait,
It's snack time.
Blue Milk and Bakey. How are you doing?
I'm, fine. How are you guys? I mean, I heard how you were.
Terrible.
Yeah, not great.
It sucks.
I just wanted to pop in. It felt like it was getting a little grim, and I felt like it was probably my time to come in.
Right. Yeah, when things are getting a little grim, there's always time for snack trick naps more.
Right.
Yeah.
Well, this is what Patrick knows. He knows if things are feeling grim, pinch yourself, and then you'll wake up from a nightmare. That's the only course of action he knows. Every time something feels grim to him, it turns out he is catching some Z's.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's true.
And sometimes when you're feeling the appetite for change, that means it's almost dinner time, right, Patrick?
That's right, George. You got it.
Okay.
Those are the two things that you like. For those of you who don't know, Patrick is our producer. He loves to nap, and he loves when it's dinner time.
Patrick, I want to put some stretch goals up on the board right away. I think we came up with some good ones last week that should be evergreen.
Okay.
Okay?
Ooh, I have one evergreen one. What amount are we? I believe we're starting with already a donation. Is that right, Patrick?
Yeah, we already have a donation, but you guys give me your stuff, and I'll tell you
what number are we at, and I'll set an evergreen. No, I need an amount.
I don't have the amount right now. We're at
wow.
It's like 150-ish.
Okay, so it's the 150. Let's say 150.
All right. At 155, I'll give you an evergreen goal, stretch goal. $5 gets you to an evergreen stretch goal.
Okay, Patrick, here are some goals, and I want you to save them to a permanent file. They will be here every week, okay?
Yep.
Right now, BB-8 is inflated.
Yeah.
444, deflate. 888, reinflate.
Okay.
4,444, redeflate. 8,888, reinflate. Okay.
Okay.
6969. 6,969. Condom stays on Watto's nose for rest of show.
Okay.
666. Watto chugs an energy drink. I've been sipping on a Red Bull. I don't have Coke Energy this week. At 666, he chugs one.
Okay.
That's 2 in the system.
All right, that's good for now. We should get started, and I also have a guest that I want to bring in before we start. I believe, he should.
You tell me we haven't reached 155 yet?
I don't know. I'll check in a minute. We'll check in a minute.
Okay.
You know him from a lot of stuff. You know him from
Interesting context clue. Okay.
Him. You know him from Knives Out.
Knives Out!
You know him from Looper, Breaking Bad.
What?
Star Wars Jedi.
Wait a second.
Kablam.
Wait a second. Patrick, can I say Blue Lives Matter is bullshit? But are we about to find out that there is an exception to the rule because Kid Blue matters?
There he is. Noah Segan, everybody.
Noah, hello.
Hey, guys. How are you?
Coffee cup, Noah. Now, I want to say right off the bat, I've talked in the past about, among the many other offensive things that cops have been doing in recent years, one of the most offensive is that they co-opted Blue Lives Matter. Blue Lives Matter has become a pro-cop thing when originally it was created by Watto and it applied to Toydarians, the Na'vi from Avatar, and the Smurfs. I also want to extend that to you. I think Kid Blue matters.
I appreciate it. I think that, shooting people, murdering them, we're going to say that's, and then fucking with my, with my nickname.
Right.
Your look.
Yes.
Yeah.
Right there. Right there.
Right.
Definitely.
Let's start episode 1 so we don't get.
Right.
Yes.
Wait, we're watching Phantom Menace?
No.
George.
All right. Does everyone have it up?
Hold on.
I think I do.
Okay.
Hold on. Watto,
Noah, are you watching on HBO or HBOmax? Have you made the jump to HBOmax?
Oh, I maxed out. I'm maxed out.
You took it to the max. Okay, hold on.
Is that okay? Yeah.
Oh, yes.
Yes.
Tell me when to go? When do I go?
I'm gonna wait for Watto, and then we should be good to go.
It's going to be 1 second here.
We could be waiting a while. Watto never is able to
It will
start
not
on
be
time.
a while. It was just that Watto was watching The Secret Life of Bees last night on a different app, and so he forgot to close out of that. Okay, ready? Let's see. Continue watching. Arliss, Season 4, Episode 1. I'm ready to start whenever
All right.
Nap Trick gives
Here we go.
you.
1, 2, 3.
There we go. And now we're getting some Arliss.
There we go.
Oh, there it is.
There it is. The classic HBO signal.
All right, now it's a new season. There's a chance that the opening titles could have changed. There could be some variety. I must admit,
Now it looks the same.
I don't know. Some of this looks new. Some of these clips look new.
Oh,
The horses I recognize, but I don't recognize that yellow car.
Yes.
Lots of things going fast. I like that. I'm always so excited to see things go fast.
Well, I mean, speaking
Now,
of,
this is 90. This is 99. Are we going to see like a Y2K subplot coming in?
we hope so. And a Phantom Menace subplot. You know, and these
Yeah.
are the two big events.
They're-
If you're setting a story in 99, you have to address Y2K and the Phantom Menace.
Yeah. I was so honored when Prince wrote that song predicting the Phantom Menace.
Yes. Yes. Y2K.
I was very moved by we're going to party like it's the year that the Phantom Menace comes out.
I want to say two things quickly. One, I don't know if you noticed, George, this new intro now includes footage of Jimbo Turner and Sandra Oh, but Michael Bolton is still not in the opening credits. Also, Sammy Sosa. These are the things we live for now, Noah, because we've been watching this every week. But these are what I want to say. George, you were saying that you like things going fast. Do you realize?
I do, and so much goes fast.
Do you realize that we have an X-Wing pilot here on the stream with us right now?
It's very exciting.
He's got a race car in the background, and it's a man who has driven an X-Wing himself. This man loves going fast. Kid Blue, they should call him Kid Fast.
I can do it. I can do it. I can go fast. And they never recovered a body, so, you know, I could still be out there.
You're live. You're live. If people think that fucking Boba Fett rocketed out of that Sarlacc pit, you're so alive.
Right?
Yes.
Right?
Yeah, show me a body. Show me a body.
Robert Wold directed this episode.
He did. Yes. He's
That's
a
right.
multi-hyphenate.
Good for him.
Yes.
Good for him.
And he's got a real steady hand behind the camera. I think you watched the Wool episodes, and they are sort of marked by a kind of a fluidity, a Maxo Fools-esque fluidity with the camera movement and storytelling.
But he's also not afraid to go guerrilla style. He's not afraid to have a little bit of shake in the camera whenever it requires it.
Absolutely not. He was kind of a
It's
pro.
the verite.
Yes.
The verite.
Yes. Now, Noah, you're drinking from the mug from the film Knives Out, the hit Academy Award nominated film Knives Out.
Yes, I am. It's like a One Ring type situation. Whoever has the mug owns the house. So
This is what I was going to ask you. Is that the screen use prop? Was that a wrap gift for the cast and crew, or is this a Redbubble purchase? Well, okay.
no, it's Fugazi.
Does the back of the mug in the movie? Does the back of the mug that we never see? Does it say Knives Out?
No, this is unfortunately not a. They don't let me take anything home with me.
Right.
I don't get to keep anything.
Have you ever kept anything? Have you kept anything from any of your past film roles?
Let me tell you, I still have the leather jacket that I wear in Brick, and it still kind of fits, guys. Like, for like a father of two who's like 37, I'm like, hey, it kind of, I still got it. So I got that. I have some souvenirs here and there.
There you go.
Can I ask Noah? Did Ryan film multiple endings where different people owned the house at the end? Like, was it like Clue?
Yes.
Was it like Clue where everybody got to stand on the balcony and there was an outcome for every possible?
There's an ending where Li Ving from Fear shows up at the end, and he's like, "It was me, Mr. Body here," and then he owns it. Yeah.
Yeah. They should re-release it every year with a different person owning the house.
It's a special edition. They're gonna 2,000 screens every other month.
That's right.
I got to say, someone here in the comments is saying Noah's rate my Skype room is 12 out of 10. I do think this is the best Skype background I have seen anyone put up since quarantine.
I got my kids radio flyer here. Yeah. I got an old car. Hey, that is a Miami Planet Hollywood varsity jacket.
Whoa.
And then you have a Stack Spumoni poster in the style of the Solo posters.
I have that was made, but Ryan's uncle named Stark, and there is usually a Stark in every movie that he makes. Somebody named Stark. It's such a cool name. He likes to put the name in there. And so the guy who I played for a second in the movie was named Stormaroni Stark.
Yeah.
And so Stark, I think Stark's wife had those posters printed up, and they sent me one, which was very nice of them. Rad.
I would like to say that my Skype room, like a Star Wars prequel at Con, is not in competition. So I have the year 2000 HBO banner that is hard to compete with. It's not fair to the other Skype rooms, so I was not competing with yours. The
you
banner,
got Dream On there?
No, you know what?
Dream On. Dream On had already gone to the streaming service in the sky because it still has not turned up on HBOgo or HBOmax.
Noah, would you believe that you are maybe the 8th guest to ask that? A weird amount of Dream On love from people coming on this stream.
A lot of men of a certain age had access to Dream On when they had access to perhaps nothing else of that nature.
Right, like Andre Braugher, Scott Bakula, and Ray Romano. I think those three. That's a joke on a joke. That's a real hat on a hat there. Noah, there's a role I just personally want to ask you about because I only recently found out that you had essayed this character. The role of Henry on Kablam, landmark Nickelodeon animated series. Kablam, you were the voice of Henry, no?
I was the voice of Henry on Kablam.
Watto was a very big Kablam fan.
Oh, well, thank you.
Can you talk about that? Because you must have been actually very young at the time, right?
I was pretty young when I was I wasn't a very I was a kid actor like it was an after school job for me. Like it was like it wasn't something that we took very seriously, which is probably why I was not a very successful kid actor. But when I had the opportunity to go and do this, which they were like, I remember, I think I was 11 or 12 years old, and they were very like generous with like, oh yeah, just come after school, do it for an hour. Like it was like a very cool group of people. And Julia, who played the other main.
Hold on, I'm going to get it. I'm going to get it. I can't believe I don't remember. I will get it in a second.
Henry and June.
June, yes, of course. I was telling myself that was wrong because of the other movie with that title.
Yeah, and she was super cool. Anyway, it was like it was like, you know, like the way that kids who were probably, you know, in better shape than me would do like gymnastics after school. Yeah. I did that for like a couple years.
It was like your little league, yes.
Yeah.
That was a great fucking show. That's a show that should be streaming somewhere.
Is it not?
I don't think so. I
wonder if it's on YouTube or something.
Did you ever see?
I mean, I don't get residuals or anything, you know.
Yeah. Right. I don't know. He tells me. Did you ever see?
A lot of it seems to be on YouTube, guys.
That's not legal. We're not putting money in Noah's coffers by watching on YouTube.
Guys, I do want to just jump in. I feel like I don't want to interrupt the flow of this, but Arliss might have cancer.
Oh no!
Oh no!
And I didn't want to miss that. I don't think he does unless the next 4 seasons are a slow decline.
There's a chance.
It would be a bold move if the first 3 seasons are just the adventures of a superpower sports agent, and seasons 4 through 7 are a slow reckoning with a terrible disease.
I did say that Sandra Oh's role gets bigger every season, so maybe
it's not mutually exclusive, George.
Yeah. It also, this could be 6 Feet Under, another famous HBO show, had a main character die in the first episode, continue appearing in almost every episode after that.
What if Arliss goes straight Breaking Bad?
That's what I was going to say.
What if he goes, yeah.
And Robot Squid in the comments is saying seasons 4 through 7 are like Saw after Saw from Saw dies. I don't know if you know this, George. Saw dies in Saw 2.
I know that. I'm unfamiliar with the Saw.
Boxed ourselves into a corner on this one.
George, I feel like you would like the Saw movies because it seems like everyone that comes out is like, well, this is a prequel to the third one, but this one is
right. I do like that.
Yeah,
I do like that.
The Saw movies are like different parts of each film are sequels or prequels to different parts of other movies.
Yeah.
So it's looking like Kablam is at the Internet Archive.
Okay. Can I say something else that it's looking like? It's looking like Tanya Harding is currently playing herself in this episode of Arliss.
Oh no.
It's the real Tanya Harding. Is it not?
Yeah.
They are not. They're putting it all on the table in the season premiere. Cancer and Tanya Harding.
Everything.
How do you get Tanya in 1999? How do you get
1999?
I don't know. I mean, you think about how much her quote was to do interviews promoting Tanya. I can't even.
Arliss just farted. Arliss just farted next to Tanya Harding in the season 4 premiere.
This episode is wild.
We need to tweet this out or something.
Yes.
This season is starting stronger than any previous season. Arliss might have cancer, and he just farted in front of Tanya Harding.
Patrick, tweet this out on the Ask Cat account.
And we are less than halfway through the premiere.
Yes, this is insane.
Fartless.
He's farting again, and Tanya Harding has been directed to give a disapproving glance in Arliss's direction, and then to look back down with a forlorn expression.
Here's the thing: this show used to be fartless, and now it's fartful. As of this scene, it's fartful.
Now, no, are you a sports guy?
I'm a Dodgers guy specifically.
Okay. Yeah.
Very big Dodgers guy. And as you can see right here, I've got this is one of my Sandy Koufax cards.
Wow.
Watto, the third greatest Jew of all time. So it goes Moses. Listen, it goes Moses.
Yes.
You, Sandy.
This is my kind of guy here.
All right, and then Barack Obama and Joan Rivers.
Yes.
That's the top 5.
Of course.
Usually Drake is coming in there somewhere, but it's a fluid. We come and go.
Yeah.
Sure.
Great list. Yes.
But I love the Dodgers, and I have made it I grew up in New York in like the 80s and the 90s, and so there was. The Knicks were sort of a big deal as well, but so I really want to now. I feel like a Los Angelino. I really want to get into. I think I want to get into the Lakers. I think that's that's my thing. Yeah, I don't know. We'll see. I think I got plenty of time, guys.
Yeah, you've got a few months before you have to make that decision.
Yes.
Sandra's outfit again. Look at the colors.
Every episode.
Yeah.
Yes. I also, here's a thing I feel like we don't talk enough about with the character of Rita. She has so many pairs of glasses, right?
Right.
I feel like they're very often matching her glasses to her specific shade of lipstick and or outfit. And most of us maybe got one pair, a pair of backup on reserve, maybe prescription sunglasses.
Right.
Rita seemingly has like 20 or 30 pairs of similar glasses with subtle changes that can really shift the entire outfit.
It might be like a Foster Grant type situation where she just runs down to the Dwayne Reed, picks him up.
Yes.
Hey.
Yes. I think that's a good theory.
I also have yet to see a single Rita costume that couldn't blend seamlessly into the background of any scene in set on a non-desert planet in Star Wars.
Oh, she would kill on Canto Bight. If Rita
she could photobomb. She could photobomb any shot in Canto Bight, and you would not question it for a second.
Absolutely.
No, Watto, when Watto came back for his second movie, they gave him another piece of clothing. They gave him a little hat.
Yes.
If you were to come back, what kind of clothing changes would you want? Because you're in your X-Wing outfit in Last Jedi. Is there anything you'd want to add to that?
I'll expand on that. Do you have a nearby hat that you could put on for a stretch goal?
Because that is the rule of Star Wars sequels. Is like Han Solo, first Star Wars movie, vest, second movie, sleeves.
Yeah.
Okay, wait.
That's how you know time has passed.
Noah's frozen, but he seemed excited, like he might have found something.
It's canon.
Yes! Yes, it is.
That's canon.
That's canon.
What do you guys say? Canon?
Canon. I'm lighting the wick on a cannon right now. Boom! It's canon.
Sorry, but I interrupted. You were talking about hats or costumes that you might have.
I was just saying that I have some nice high quality Italian luxury items that I think would work.
Yeah, that would look good with the orange jumpsuit. I think that's a good.
It's a pretty look.
Yeah.
And as a pilot, something like this keeps the sun out of my eyes. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah. So it'll do that. It'll do that for me. This hat costs $1,400.
No, it didn't.
$1,400. Yeah.
No!
This is.
Wait, what's weird about that? How much is a hat? I'm serious. How much is a hat?
George, come on. Ask your buddy Steve.
He won't know.
Yeah.
He won't know. He won't know. I guarantee. Steve and I have no idea how much a hat is. If someone said
times
a hat is $1,400, I would say, all right, can you break a 2,000? Special guest star Michael Boatman is joining the episode.
It's not a $1,400. This hat costs $9.
You don't have to lie. It's okay.
There's somebody in the comments. I clicked the comment button and somebody's like, it's instead of buying an I don't own any nice hats, guys. I'm sorry.
Also, you didn't just buy it.
yes.
Let's be clear. You didn't buy that this week. You didn't buy that this week.
No, I did not make the choice to say, you know what, I am not going to donate to COVID-19 testing for protesters.
Yeah.
You weren't on your way to the donation booth with your money in hand, and you passed by a hat store and thought, "Oh my!"
Right. In one hand, they check $1,400 to the National Bailout Fund. In the other hand, a Gucci hat. And you rip that check up, baby. No, these are jokes. These are jokes. Donate the hat. People are saying donate the hat.
Donate the hat. Donate the hat. I don't know.
Is the car behind you? Is the car behind you a functioning car?
Yeah. You want me to turn it on?
Yeah, man, you're a cool.
You know what
I mean, I don't. I want.
Yeah.
Not with the garage door closed. At some point, at some point, what I want to know is, would you be able to open that garage door and drive it back and forth? Is that a thing that could happen?
Here's the thing: is when I turn the car on, the carbon monoxide detectors go off. I'm serious. Throughout the whole house, I have to get my family out of the house before I can turn the car on.
Oh, so it's a bad time for that, huh? Right?
I mean, sometimes you just want your kids to just go to sleep.
Does it have a horn? Does it have a horn that honks? Is there a horn that honks?
There probably is. I don't want to wake up the baby, George.
No, Listen, I'm trying to be reasonable here. All I want to do is see you crash that door through the closed garage door as fast as you can. I'm trying to think, is there something we can do that won't disturb anybody? It won't cause anybody. Can you roll the window up? Will it gently roll up?
Yeah, I can roll the window up on the cart.
Okay, let's set that as a stretch goal to raise some money.
Okay,
What do you want the stretch goal to be? And I'll tell you if we've already hit it.
No, because it has to be.
No, Patrick. Since when? Patrick this week has suddenly gotten very stingy about telling us how much money, and it's making me nervous.
Yes, Patrick, tell us what we're at right now. And
we're at $370 right now.
It's 400.
Okay.
Noah gently rolls up the window.
Yeah. I will
Now,
roll the window up on my 1969 Barracuda Fastback.
There we go.
Can I ask you, because I want to make this as exciting as possible.
Yes.
Can you enter through the passenger side and then lean over and roll the window up from inside the car like that? Will that work?
Probably. It's kind of up against the wall, but I mean, listen, for a
it's for a good cause. It's for a good cause.
It's a good cause.
And we have to redeem you after that $1,400
hat
scandal.
We're there.
We're there. Noah, get that.
We're there. No, we did it.
We did it.
All right.
Yeah,
we cut to Watto, let's score this. Let's score this with some American Graffiti music.
Okay, which song? What? 1 o'clock.
1, 2, 3 o'clock, 4 o'clock, rock. 5, 6, 7 o'clock, 8 o'clock, rock. Until 11 o'clock, 12 o'clock, rock. We on rock.
Watto sees he rolls the door. He gonna roll the window up tonight. Noah Segan, he's all right. Yes, he rolled up his window. His baby still sleeps tonight.
Oh, we did it.
That was great. That was great. And for a good cause.
Yippee.
Yippee.
Oh,
Woo!
That was great. Thank you for doing that, Noah.
Yeah.
Well, that's why you should never do a practical effect. That was my fault. We should have just done that digitally.
Okay, in this scene of Arliss, it looks like Kirby and Rita are trying to sell some baseball paraphernalia, and they have a baseball they claim is signed by Ty Cobb, and then the memorabilia salesman holds it up and goes, "This is fake," and it says on it, Ty Cobb, but spelled Thai. Now, admittedly, I was a little checked out from the episode because of Noah's thrilling rolling of the window. I don't understand how we could get to that point within an episode.
They've been scammed. They've been scammed. And this is the B plot. This is the B plot.
This is the B plot. This old lady who pawned off her memorabilia on them.
I want to highlight a good joke that happened earlier.
Yes.
Which is that when Arliss was at the whatever it looked like a charity, some sort of benefit, he's up on the dais and he's giving a speech and he starts farting uncontrollably.
Yes, funny.
The character who's now sitting next to Tanya Harding says somebody should do something, and Tanya Harding says, "Don't look at me."
Right, and this is to imply that if Tanya tried to do something, she would pass it along to her husband, who would pass it along to his friends, and things would very quickly.
Jeff Gillooly was going to get involved in stopping Arliss.
Yes.
Hey, Watto.
Since we passed the evergreen goal that I set hundreds of dollars ago was that I'm going to start eating this baby spinach.
Oh, great, cool. Yes, Patrick.
Can you tell Noah it's 3:39 right now? Can you?
Oh, yes, Noah. Noah, you are on the TV show Kablam, a great show, which must have run for over 39 episodes, right?
I believe it was 45, maybe 45 episodes. 45, yeah.
Okay, so a perfect 45 episodes. And I'm sure your favorite part was casually after school, you record an episode, they send it off to the animators. Some months later, maybe a year later, you see that episode air on Nickelodeon, and you kick back, you know your work is being shared, broadcast around the country, if not the world, and you go, it was all worth it, right? That was a good feeling?
Bringing joy to other children, yes.
Like young Watto. Now imagine, Noah, that you recorded 39 episodes of Kablam. They were sent off to the animators. They were fully animated and then never released. Just left on a hard drive somewhere, completed but never to see the light of day. This is the fate of Star Wars Detours, a real cartoon show that George Lucas self-financed and self-produced 39 episodes of before selling Lucasfilm to Disney. And Disney said, yeah, thanks, but no thanks. We're going to put it here on a shelf. They've been on a shelf for almost 10 years. They could release them all with the push of one button on Disney Plus. They won't do it. Now, there are a lot of important causes in the world today, a lot of great injustices we are trying to fight against. We are not pretending this is the most urgent cause, but it's in the top 10.
It also a lot of the things that are going on right now will require a lot of hard work.
Yes.
They will require people to really make a real effort to make things better.
Well, we're talking
this is something that could be solved with the press of a button.
No, that's the thing, is that I think what you're describing, Watto, is a systematic issue.
Yes.
It's something that is representative of really it's a much bigger, we need a holistic approach to this.
We need reform. We need reform. But this is an important step.
Yeah.
I have a legal question.
Yeah, sure.
The trailer for Star Wars Detours is on YouTube. Could we just show that right now? Is that possible?
It'll get pulled when we put it on YouTube, when we put our video on YouTube.
But it's on YouTube.
I know, but I'm telling you.
You're telling me that if we show something that's on YouTube and we put it on YouTube, YouTube will pull it because you can't be on YouTube.
We almost got pulled because we showed the pizza Hayden Christensen movie trailer a few weeks ago.
Really?
Yeah, I had to fight it.
How did we fight it? This is a story I didn't know the saga of.
Talk about it later. The whole thing. The whole thing. He's gonna live. Arliss does not have cancer.
The joke here is that he's cheering, I have an ulcer. And usually people would be very upset to find out they have an ulcer. But this is very much the lesser of two evils for Arliss Michaels.
Yeah.
Be great if you could do ulcer, but in the Arliss font.
Let's do it. We can.
Now, guys, I actually have something to tell you, and I hadn't told you about this. I got an email last night. Noah, we've been taking people's names and making them into Arliss names.
Along the lines of what you're suggesting.
Someone made a website.
What?
That does it automatically.
Oh, no.
So.
Wait, and you get to, there's a slider for how much sports you want versus how much money you want?
So I'm going to put Noah's name in there.
Wait, does this already exist?
Hang on.
No, this was created because of us.
This is because of us?
We're making meaningful change.
No, it's S-E-G-E-N, right?
S-E-G-A-N.
A-N.
Okay. And Noah, how much sports do you want versus business? Because
I want more. I know. I need more business than sports for me personally. You know, I mean.
So let's go 3/4 business, 1/4 sports.
Okay.
This is how it felt. We've been doing these practically.
Yes.
And now we are making Attack of the Clones. This is digital. We are going to make these names digitally.
Yes.
And no one gets hurt.
I want to say the guy who made its name is Mike Stubna, S-T-U-B-N-A, and he's an angel. Yeah.
Do you know what I think we have to do?
He's an angel, you said?
Yeah.
We have to.
What does that mean? What does that mean?
I mean, like, he's a good guy. This was really cool.
But I've just never heard you say that before. You said it as if he was actually an angel.
No, he's not an angel.
It didn't sound like hyperbole or like a turn of phrase.
Hang on.
What is more Arliss?
But let me show you what you can do. Yes. Here we go.
Okay, now let's go back. 3/4 business, 1/4 sports. This is unbelievable. I cannot believe this exists.
It's like having a stroke on screen with you guys.
But once again,
Yeah.
Noah, we've been spending like 20 minutes doing this by hand. Really,
Let me
like,
know,
tearing
let
our
me
Yeah,
hair out.
you wouldn't believe how we used to make Arliss names. There was no slider.
It was this.
We had to do it by hand.
We were like trying to eyeball it, like Sully.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's
This is
wild.
Unbelievable. Okay, wait. The next episode.
And the
of
thing
Arliss
is-
auto playing. Everyone should pause, or should we go straight to the
Yeah.
next one?
No. Should we let's just keep going.
Yeah.
Keep going. Okay, so everyone.
Yeah.
Press play now, or you're just going. Patrick.
Yeah.
I'm going.
Okay, so everyone should be at roughly the 12th second.
Yeah.
14.
There should be a website that does this for police behavior, and every cop has one. And if you slide it, and if you kill a person, then it's like, oh, you are no longer a cop.
Yes. Right. It invalidates their badge.
If you commit a murder, you should. Oh, that slid me off of being a cop. We should be able to solve all problems with this kind of slider technology. I'm convinced of it.
Yes. Here's the technology. If you're a cop and you murder someone, slide all the way, your badge is taken from you.
You know, you slide to prison. You slide to prison. You go on the slider. You're like, oh, now I'm in prison.
But we also need prison reform, George. This is the problem. I'm saying
Well-
the first meaningful step is, how about a one-strike policy? If you murder someone, you are not a cop anymore. Done.
Mhm.
Done. Then we arrest you. Done.
Guys, we're up to $435, which means we are less than $10 away from George having to deflate BB-8.
Okay.
Oh no, I'm sorry. You're gonna have to see this maybe.
Oh, is this Amanda Bynes?
What? I think it is.
Yeah.
Yep. This is Amanda
Now-
Bynes.
Now, the last episode was called Cause and Effect. This one is called Our Past, Our Present, Our Future, which literally describes the Star Wars saga.
Yeah. Noah, here's a question for you.
Yes.
Have you ever had to simulate an intimate scene on camera? Have you ever had what they call a love scene?
I have.
It's very uncomfortable, right?
It's very technical.
Yes.
You know, usually in the best case scenario, it has a very specific purpose.
Yes.
So you treat it like you would a choreographed dance,
Yes.
if you will.
Yes.
As I said, hopefully it's there to accomplish something bigger.
Well,
And
you know what?
hey, Watto, while you're having this discussion, George, can you start deflating BB-8?
Perfect.
Hey,
Like,
we did it. Thanks, guys.
Noah, you could not have set that up more beautifully, because here's the deal. At different stretch goals, we ask for to inflate or deflate BB-8. The threat that inflating is it takes a lot of air and he becomes very red. The threat with deflating is George has found out the only way he can successfully deflate BB-8, and this is not a joke, is to wedge it in between his legs and put his full weight on it. He has tried a lot of other methods, and much like you said, it's a very technical process. It is hopefully serving a greater purpose, which is to get BB-8 deflated and raise money.
I have to hold this thing to get the air to come out. I gotta press my weight down.
And he's got to push his weight back and forth. It's an intimate, technical process. It's uncomfortable. It is a vulnerable thing to do on camera, but it is hopefully serving a greater purpose.
It is again, this is a holistic approach. This is about everyone coming together to do their part for the goal, the story here, which is revolution, which is equality, which is protecting the lives of Black people, and really fucking the police.
Yes, and Noah, this is not a joke. We have watched him try other ways. Nothing else deflates this BB-8.
That's true.
We are not crass people. We are not looking for excuses to mime sexual intercourse on this show. This is the only way.
This doesn't look, I gotta say, it doesn't look inappropriate to me.
No.
It's not looking appropriate at all.
And George, it feels like this is not deflating fast enough. You might need to pull your weight away and then reapply.
It's hurting my hand.
You need to remove and then reapply your weight. That feels like that's working. And I feel like if you can establish some sort of rhythm method.
I think you found purchase is really the term that I would use.
I couldn't put it better myself. The words of a poet, Noah.
Guys, I'm gonna go and go spend some time with my family.
Yeah.
Congrats.
Thank you, Noah.
I am so happy to have been here and to have been a small part of this.
Huge part.
And I hope I'll see you guys all again really soon. And I hope that that we continue to do the right thing and to work towards revolution.
Thank you so much.
Thank you, Noah.
Thank you.
Take care, guys.
Have a good one.
Bye, Noah.
Bye. Thanks.
That is our first guest to have appeared in a live-action Star Wars movie, correct?
No, first guest, yeah.
Yes, on one of the live streams.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, live action because proofs.
Oh no, that counts. I'm saying voiceover role, but he's in a live action.
Yeah.
That counts. Okay, I'm just trying to keep a tally.
Yeah.
Nice work, George.
Now
Patrick, tell me the money situation.
Tell you the money. Oh wow, we just got a big one, guys. Now, guys, hang on. Also, Watto, do we want to do again what we did last week?
Which one?
The $100.
Oh yes, if you donate $100, Watto does a Watto, which is like Cameo, except I don't play by that game. So for $100, I will say anything you want into the camera, much like you saw me recite the lyric to NWA's "Fuck the Police."
Yes. So if you guys, I know a few people have donated $100, including someone who just donated $200. Email thegeorgelucastalkshow@gmail.com. And I will get Watto what you want him to say, and we'll do it. We have surpassed 666. So that means Watto needs to chug an energy drink.
Okay, I'll go get it.
Currently at $735.
Oh.
All right. If we go to 800, I'll do a special surprise.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Wow.
George's special surprise.
I'm going to go get my energy drink.
Yep. And then 888, and then 888, George, you...
We reinflate the 8. It was so nice to see Noah. I'm so glad we got him to roll that window up.
So funny.
And during what I think might be one of the best episodes of the show. It was a strong season premiere.
Yeah.
And
there's a lot happening, but in a good way.
Yeah. Now, I can you, Patrick, I don't know if you can bring me up to speed a little bit. I missed a little bit of this episode's setup when I was deflating the 8. I got a little distracted.
I don't know if I'm the best person to be able to bring you up to speed.
Well, just give me the log line for the episode if you have that. For episode 2, season 4, our present,
episode 2, season 4. No, that's episode 2, season 3, George.
No?
This Wikipedia says it's called Taking One for the Team.
What episode 4?
Well, what are you seeing on the app though?
I don't know.
It could be that we have some bad information online.
I'm seeing our past, our present, our future.
Wow. Oh yeah, it's gotta be. So guys, someone's got to get on Wikipedia.
Guys, get on Wikipedia.
Yeah.
And change the information for all of our lists to make sure it's reflecting the correct.
Unless it was a production code and they aired it differently. I'm not sure.
Look,
we're a different season. I doubt it. They have their season 4 look.
Okay, no, but what I'm saying is our past, our present, our future is listed as season 4, episode 3.
We will ask Bobby
next time we see him, if we ever see him again.
Who knows?
We'll ever see him again.
Okay, episode 3. 14-year-old skating champion Crystal Dupree, that's Amanda,
Amanda
is
Bynes.
an AMM cash cow, but she learns the hard way with Stanley's assistance that mom and dad may not necessarily have her best interest at heart.
Yeah.
Also, Kirby resists shutting down the Kirby Carlisle wash.
Oh yes, the car wash.
Right.
We all know it's an important part of the narrative.
And has Charles Barkley showed up yet? Because this says Charles Barkley and Billie Jean King are both in this
Oh, I
episode.
can't wait.
No, but we've got the great J.O. Sanders. Is that who that
Great
is?
J.O. Sanders. Amanda Bynes crying. This is a dramatic role for young Amanda. No, this is Bobby's talked about this in the past, but this show is produced by Tolan Robbins, who outside of Arliss mostly produced Nickelodeon shows. So they are producing all that at the same time as they are producing Arliss. I wonder, I guess Amanda's already on all that at this point, right?
Yeah.
This isn't how she gets discovered.
Yeah, no. Because she's older than she was on all that here.
Yes, okay. Ready? I'm going to chug this. I apologize for it not being the far more heinous Coke energy drink. Next week I will replenish my supply of the Coke energy drink. Also, I just noticed I have to put my sign back up. Okay, ready? Wait a second, there's a little more left.
Now, Watto,
Yes.
I got our first cameo, or our first Watto.
Audio.
David Sky would like you to act out a scene from Fast and the Furious franchise with Baby Yoda.
Okay, ready? I know exactly which.
Okay, hang on one sec. Let me get you ready.
Okay. Got to get the script. Give me a second. I know what I want to do. I need to find a full scene. The dialogue.
Okay, we'll come back when you're ready.
And to be quotes page, give me a second.
Yep. Now Sandra's smoking.
Sandra's always smoking, if you ask me. To paraphrase The Mask.
Somebody's got to stop you, Watto.
Hey! Wait, oh my god. I tried to do the Fast and Furious quotes page, and I auto-reflexively searched for Arliss instead. My brain is broken by...
I will say that my phone has started correcting the word R-A-R-E to Arliss.
The very act of existing is Arliss now.
Yeah.
You can't exist without is, and you can't spell Arliss without $.
Isn't that website amazing?
I can't believe it. I can't.
Arliss.me?
It's arliss.me, and anyone can do it. Anyone can go on there.
Wow.
Yeah, I want this to spread because these are these live streams. It's very ephemeral experience. It's something that people will maybe revisit these, but I think for most people, it's a thing where you really have to be here in the moment, experiencing this moment in time. But Arliss.me will maybe last forever.
Yeah, that's the hope.
People will be doing Arliss names
Forever.
Forever.
Does Bobby know about Arliss.me?
No. No one knows. I got it after midnight last night.
Wow.
I cannot wait for him to find out. If he's already found out because he's watching this, that's great. Otherwise, we will be able to tell him next time he comes by.
Yeah.
Okay.
Because I feel like this is bigger than the George Lucas talk show. This is for Arliss. This is big.
I found this script. This is The Fast and the Furious, aka Redline, aka Racer X, with 4 different people credited on the script. I never knew those were alternate titles. Okay. Ready?
Yes, we're ready.
Here we go. And do we have... Wait, great. Watermark. Okay, the Watto mark. This fucking thing, I'm going to duct tape it in a second. God damn it! Okay, here we go. Ready? Interior, pitch black. How I'll patrol. Fluorescent lights flickered on, revealing a shrine to Doug Toretto. Racing pennants, pictures, trophies, flame suits, helmets, and in the middle, a covered car. Dominic pulls off the cover, revealing a 90 Buick Regal. Not what the final car would end up being, of course. I think a 1970 RT Dodge Charger. This is one bad car. Not the prettiest, the baddest. Dominic opens the hood, exposing the awesome engine. Me and my dad built her. 900 horses, a beast. No she ran in Palmdale. 9 seconds flat. Now my dad was driving. So much damn torque. Chassis twisted coming off the line. Old man barely kept her on the track. What's your best run? Never driven her. No, it scares the shit out of me. Guess I don't have my pop's balls. I'd doing what he loved. Quit pipe fitting at the Navy Yard, then hit the pro stock car circuit. Coming up last race of the season, I just turned 18. Ken Jorgensen, this old salt he was beating, came up from inside the final turn, clipped his bumper, put him into the wall at 120. Push in on Dominic's pained eyes. I watched him burn to death. I could hear him screaming. Dominic is choked with emotion. They look at each other. A beat of connection. Week later, I ran into Jorgensen at the Pomona Raceway. I wailed on him with a wrench until I couldn't lift my arms. I almost killed him. I was wrong as hell. It was just an accident. I live my life a quarter mile at a time, Brian. For those few seconds, man, it's just me and my ride and a little road. Nothing else matters. Not the mortgage, that loser sandwich shop, my team, and all their bullshit. For those few seconds, I'm free. Thank you. That I will say that was from the original draft of the script. Very different in a lot of the wording from the final version.
Watto, there's breasts on the screen.
What?
Breasts in Barkley.
Okay, one. I'm seeing one titty. I'm seeing one. She's in profile. I can only see one.
And the great, what's his name, Watto?
Oh, this actor is a great character actor.
I believe he's in Wayne's World. Am I crazy?
Yes, no, he is. But this man is no boob. He is one of our finest. That was interesting, though. I'd never read the original draft. Kirby used to be a football player? Is that part of the backstory of this character?
Mike Haggerty.
The great Mike Haggerty. Wow.
That was more great storytelling from you, Watto.
Yeah, thank you.
Yes, thank you, Watto. Someone in the comments was asking if the Star Wars Marathon was available to watch.
Yes.
It is all on YouTube. So if you search, we have a page there, the George Lucas Talk Show. You can watch any of the Star Wars marathons, any of these marathons, our last 2 Comic-Con shows. Yeah, you can watch that all there. Tell your friends. Post about it, you know? It's great to get the word out.
I'm going to quickly grab some duct tape because this sign is driving me crazy.
Okay, goodbye, Watto.
I'll be back in a second.
It's cool that Barclay's an investor in Kirby Carlisle. George, if you could ever make a smaller company like this kind of thing, like you're like, oh, I own a car wash, or oh, I own a liquor store, what would you do?
I'd make it really good. Why? I don't understand the question. It would be so good. It'd be a great car wash.
No, but I'm saying, would you do a car wash, or what would be the kind of company?
I love cars. I love cars. It's just there's not enough time to do everything, but I would love to do a car wash.
What would you call that?
Attack of the Cleans. That's just the first one that popped in my head.
Yeah, what's the second one? What's the second one?
I don't know.
Think about it.
Revenge of the Soap. I call it car wash. The Phantom Cleanliness. Car wash. Attack of the Cleans. Car wash. Revenge of the Soap. Car wash. A new soap. A new soap.
No, a new hot wax.
No. That's too many syllables, man. A car wash. The Empire Hot Wax. Car wash. The Empire Hot Wax. Car wash. See, don't Patrick. Stick to napping. Stick to napping and snacking. Leave the Star Wars movie titles to George Lucas, the fucking guy who did them.
Watto?
Yes.
If you were George and you were to make your own car wash company, what would you call it?
If I were George and I were to make my own
like a Kirby Carlisle scenario.
Yes, I would call it American Car Washy.
That's good. That's good. But I wasn't done naming I'm doing 9 of them.
Keep going.
9. Okay. What did I miss? Give me the early ones.
Car wash, the Phantom Cleanliness. Car wash, Attack of the Cleans. Car wash, Revenge of the Soap. Car wash, a new soap. Car wash, the Empire Hot Wax. And now I'm up to Return of the Jedi. But Patrick completely broke my flow, and I'll never get back. I never get it back. The Return of the Jedi would be
break your flow by taking a nap.
The Return of the Jedi. What would that be? Return of the. What's a car washing term that sounds like Jedi?
This is tougher than you would think.
Oh, this is a good one. Tired Paul says car wash detail.
Oh, details.
Details.
That's the funny one. That's the comedy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh,
Return of the Air Dry.
The Air Dry. That's great. Return of the Jet Dry. Ooh, Jet Dry. Return of the Jet Dry. Perfect. It was right there in plain view. That's what I would have said if Patrick hadn't stopped me.
Keep going, George. You got at least 3 more.
Well, now I got to do the Disney ones. Oh no. Car wash. Caravan of car washes.
There we go.
Car wash. The battle for the
car door.
Battle for car door. And I was trying to think of the battle for car door. Then we'll do the Disney ones. Car wash. The Ford washes. Car wash. The Last Jet Dry. That's easy. Thank you for helping that. And then car wash. The Rise of Car Washer.
What about the stories?
Ooh. Rogue One.
Road One.
No.
Road
Worn.
Road.
You got a better one, Otto?
What?
You got a better one?
Road Worn.
Oh.
Road Worn, a car wash story.
Yes, Road Worn. It was Road Worn. It's a prequel about the damage that was done that forced it to go to the car wash.
Wait, someone is saying Nissan Rogue One.
Fuck.
Yeah. Nissan Rogue One, a car wash story.
And I like Andy T. Germ here is suggesting Soko.
Soko, a car wash story.
They had the Sophie thing. They did.
Ugh.
That was more fun than I thought it would be.
When this one stops, let's pause it and we'll catch at 4:15. I just don't want it to autoplay again.
Yeah.
Right. Well, that one we were autoplaying and we had already gone a little bit past the time. Was that a supersized season premiere? Have we reached? What was my goal for the special surprise?
Your goal for the special surprise was 800, and we are at. Hang on, sorry, I do not think we have reached your goal.
Oh, wow. I guess people want protesters to get sick when they're arrested and put in prison.
I think we need to set some more goals as well.
We're at 7:35. We are at.
Well,
7:35. Okay. So 888 is inflate the BB-8.
but 800 is a special surprise.
800 is a special surprise. And then do we have goals for 900?
Well, maybe this will help, guys. I have another cameo for Watto.
Okay.
Put it in the private chat. It's from Tim Gray.
Okay. And this is the last cameo with the hat on because episode 2 is about to finish.
Yeah.
Okay.
Someone, whoever has their sound up, let's turn it down.
Me?
I know. I was just seeing. I saw the song lyrics. I was trying to see what that song was at the end.
Billie Jean King, Charles Barkley, Amanda Bynes, Chris Ellis. That wasn't J.O. Sanders. It's Chris Ellis. I always get them confused.
Oh.
Okay. Come on. What's this cameo?
It's in the private chat.
Well, you should have said that.
It did.
I think you did.
Okay, ready? Here we go. This is tough, but I'm going to do it because it's
from Tim Gray.
Tim Gray has asked, I'd love to hear Mr. Watto doing an impression of Nick Nolte, doing an impression of Watto recording a campaign ad for or against Chancellor Valora. I will do this, but I might warn you, Watto might be a little silent for the 10 minutes following this impression because he might be sucking down multiple lozenges at once. Ready?
Come on, you know I'm Watto, the flying space Jew. We gotta reform the Galactic Senate. This Valorum here is lining his pockets with the money from the unions of the royal guards, and we can't have that happen. We have to protect the rights of the individuals, the citizens on Tatooine, the Gorgmongers, not the elite, and not believe in this Blue Lives Matter bullshit unless it applies to Watto, who is me.
Wow.
It's good stuff.
That was good stuff, Watto.
I tried.
Thank you, Tim Gray. If anyone else, remember, over 100, you're getting a cameo.
Getting a Watto.
You're getting a Watto.
You're getting a Watto.
You know what? I don't know whether or not this makes any difference, but instead of thinking them, because we would agree those are really fun, right? When Watto does those?
Yeah.
I don't think anybody disagrees that those are fun.
Hey, George.
So instead of saying, yeah.
Special surprise, George.
Wow.
We are at 860.
All right. Instead of saying that's for 100, let's start calling them fundreds. Because it's both fundraising and it's also very fun. Like hundreds just got fundred.
Mm-hmm.
For one
and we'll make that a slogan. We'll make that a slogan too. That hundreds just got fundred.
Yes.
Ed.
So I'm confused what episode taking one for the team is, because this is not the episode 2 that's on Wikipedia.
We got to ask Bobby if we ever speak to him again.
Yeah.
I want to say I'm trying to.
Is there another episode called Taking One for the Team?
I don't know. We'll find it in a minute.
What happens when you just Google that?
Well,
and it's time for the special surprise, right? Should we start the episode?
Yeah, let me have a guess, but I don't think his computer is connected yet.
Well, it's good time for the special surprise then if we're not going to start the episode yet.
Do your special surprise, and we can be able to.
Okay. All right, I'm going to need a score by Watto.
Yes, any specific theme you'd like to request, or is it Watto's choice?
Let's make it one from Return of the Jedi. No, make it one from Revenge. Let's make Duel of the Fates.
Okay, ready?
It's Darth Maul and his double-sided lightsaber. It's all three.
All three of his double-sided lightsabers.
No, God dang it. I dropped it. All right. It took too long an intro, and I've now really done bad damage. Hold on.
How many Jellos have we lost, George?
Okay, hang
We
on,
lost-
George,
okay.
George. Let's do this in a second. I'm gonna bring in our guest. And
Nope. I actually have to clean this now. Okay,
well, I'm still
You
gonna
can
bring in
bring
our guest. Okay.
That was a nightmare. Yes.
No,
we're gonna get-
anyways, guys, our guest, very cool guy.
Okay.
He's the PA announcer for the New York Mets.
What?
Please welcome Mr. Colin Cosell.
Colin Cosell!
Hi guys, I'm having internet issues, so I'm gonna just go hook myself into something, and then I'll be right back.
No
Great.
rush. George is having Jello issues, so you're in the same boat.
I'm sure you did not know what that meant.
I barely know what that means. I swear to God, I had a disassociative moment as those words came out of my mouth. Nothing makes sense anymore. I'm trying to figure, did George lose all 3 Jellos in one go?
Don't know. We're gonna get really behind. I want to start this episode.
I thought the Norty thing would hurt my throat.
Yeah.
But really, it's like I've become lightheaded. It was I think I know how George feels when he has to inflate the BB-8. It was like a lack of oxygen to my brain. My throat feels okay.
Sure.
I feel very lightheaded.
Okay. Well, you only have 6 more hours of this, so we'll see how it goes.
I will be great. Should we just,
we should start, right?
And tell George he has to catch up?
Yes, that's fine.
Okay, ready?
All right.
Give me the count.
1, 2, 3.
There we go. Oh, someone's saying hydrate Watto. Thank you for reminding me. Does this episode not have an opening? Did it go straight to a cold open?
Straight to it, yeah.
Wow. Arliss playing with the form. I wonder if the theme song's coming later, or if this one is one of those where they just said, fuck it, we could use the extra 90 seconds.
Yeah. Guys, I'll also say this. We are a little over $10 away. We're at $8.75 from George having to blow back up BB-8.
Look at this, and now the theme song is starting. How interesting. Bobby.
Yeah. Cold open.
Cold open. I wonder.
Live from Arliss.
Wow. I don't like that. I just don't find it funny.
Why?
I'm not offended by it. I just don't find it funny. You're saying anything with a cold open has to be Saturday Night Live?
I think that's the most famous thing with a cold open.
Almost every sitcom.
Yeah, but
cold open before the theme song.
Sure, but when you hear the words cold open, what do you think of?
I'm trying to come up with a Watto joke, but I literally am too oxygen deprived. It's like cold open is something cold. And
Colin Cosell.
Colin Cosell.
Hi guys.
Hello, Colin.
How are
are
you
you,
doing,
Colin?
George, Watto, good to see you.
Nice to see you. Is that a Lego Voltron you have in the background?
No, that is a real Voltron. He's never been Arliss before, and I decided today was the day.
Great.
Very cool. Very cool.
So, guys, we started the episode just so we didn't get super behind, but we're still in the theme song. So this is where we are.
145.
146.
Yeah.
But
There was a cold open. There was a cold open.
I
before
heard.
the
I'm
theme
so
song.
sad I missed that.
Yeah.
How well versed in Arliss are you, Mr. Cosell?
This will be episode number 1.
Wow.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
I was aware of it.
Yeah.
Now, Colin, I think you are our first sports adjacent guest that we had on the live stream.
Which and you'd think I should be very well versed in Arliss as a result.
No, but I think this will bring a different flavor than George Watto and myself, who are not necessarily the biggest sports boys.
It might surprise you to hear that the three of us combined have very few contacts in the sports world.
That's not the route I thought you were going with that. I'm very well versed in Star Wars though, so this is it's a real honor for me.
Hey.
Well, thank you so much.
Thank you, George. Thank you for everything.
Well, to make it up to you, I'll try to pay more attention to sports in the future.
I don't see that happening somehow.
No, I'll do it.
Colin, this has been a strange time for you because sports are frozen. I mean, this would be sort of prime announcing time for you, would it not?
Yeah, no, I'd be about more than a third of the way through the baseball season right now. So that's not happening. So I've just been kind of, making other things happen in the meantime. I mean, it's, anyone who's worked in freelance or in a seasonal job knows that, knows the hustle, as they call it. So,
yes. Well, and I feel like I saw an article about this the other day, but it is a thing that is not being discussed much, the sort of ripple effect of all sports being shut down, because people think at first about the players and the teams as franchises, but they don't think about the staff surrounding the various jobs of the venues, the stadiums, the announcers, all these sorts of things.
Yeah, no, it's there's so many people and so many different facets that go into just one singular game in any ballpark, arena, or what have you. So from concession stands to custodial workers up to people that are working in the press commissary or the public address announcer, the directors, there's so many, there's hundreds and hundreds of people that go into a single game, not just the 50 players on the field and the owners and what have you. It's there's a lot of moving parts.
Yeah.
It's a bummer, man. It is, but
big bummer.
I'm preaching, safety first kind of thing.
Yeah.
People are really taking this thing like far too lightly right now, and I understand why they are. They're kind of fed up with it, but I've seen way too many messed up things as a result of COVID, and I'm just like, hey, you know what? If the season's canceled, it's all right. At least I'm gonna live to see 2021 and like be back in the booth when it's safe again, and not have to like douse myself in Purell and like a hospital room. So
this is very much a time to zoom out and look at the big picture. We should remind people today that the thing we are raising money for is COVID-19 relief for protesters, because this is a thing. I mean, anyone out there protesting, you have our support, all the power in the world to you. But it is important that you still do what you can to remain safe and healthy throughout that. And unfortunately, all it takes is one bad actor, one selfish protester or cop in their behavior in a confined space, or in a large crowd to endanger the lives of many.
Yeah, no, exactly. And that's exactly what sports are.
Yeah.
Outside of protests, it's going to be a bunch of people packed together. And I do worry about these protesters. I love what they're doing. I love why they're doing it. But I'm seeing thousands, tens of thousands, hundreds of thousands of people packed like sardines.
I know.
Some of them not wearing masks. I'd love to be out there. I guess I don't have the chutzpah, as they'd say in the industry, to be out there because, this thing scares me. So I'll do what anyone else would do. I think they would call it a Monday morning quarterback in sports. I'm just going to protest via social media, and otherwise I still wear gloves and stuff when I go out there with my mask and everything. Like I get funny looks for wearing gloves, and I'm like, no, you know what? I'm going to live.
Yeah.
So, but
digital protesting can be effective protesting. But if you're going to do practical digits, you should wear gloves.
Yes.
Now, guys,
and the thing about sports, like if I was going to make a Star Wars movie, for instance, and let's say I said I was going to do a Star Wars movie about how there was a deadly disease and they'd have to cancel one season of pod racing.
Yes.
I think most people would say that doesn't sound exciting enough for a Star Wars movie because they should just cancel that season of pod racing. It's no big tragedy. That's not enough for that's maybe a Star Wars story.
Yes.
But it's not enough for a full episode of the saga.
Right. Well, I mean, you pitched Disney, I want to make 3 movies about microcosms in people's blood, and they said no thank you.
Yes. Yes. I basically said, Disney, I would like to make these movies in what would have been a cautionary tale that might have prepared everyone for COVID. Right. And they decided, no, we want big cameos from the old timers.
Yes.
Guys, we have raised $1,230. Came in very quickly in the last few minutes.
Big jump.
Wow.
So that's George,
the Cosell bump.
The Cosell bump.
I still have to do my special surprise, but I'm going to save that for a little bit.
Okay.
I still owe that.
But that does mean you do have to reinflate.
I have to reinflate the 8.
The 8.
So, Colin,
Okay.
we're making some tiered goals. So when we hit certain amounts of
Yes.
money, George and Watto primarily have to do things.
Now, Colin, that having been said, is there anything you would like to offer up as a goal? Like, do you feel like there is anything around your home or any special skills you have that you could do on camera that might incentivize people to donate to a certain amount?
I talk into microphone for a living, so I can, if someone is going to donate a nice big hefty chunk of money, we'll say if someone donates $100, I'll record a personalized ballpark call up for them like I do at Citi Field.
I love that.
And I'll say they are very cool.
I did one for Patrick.
Yes, Colin did one for me, and they're very, very cool.
That's
So if you guys do $100 and email the George Lucas Talk Show at gmail.com, I will get it to Colin and we will make sure it happens.
Now,
I mean,
George
we
is
could
getting
do-
very red. What?
We could do. I'm gonna mute George for a second.
Cool. Yeah, because you really just need the visual there.
Yeah. Colin,
I'm kind of worried about George.
no, he'll be fine.
Very
We're
red.
worried every week. This happens every week. In fact, this is the palest he has remained during an inflation. I swear to you, the palest.
Colin, could we show people what that would sound like if you did one for like Watto?
Yeah, let's do a test one so people get a little sample of what it's going to sound like.
Watto, first of all, what kind of creature are you exactly?
I'm a Toydarian. Your mind tricks don't
That's
work.
Thank you. Sorry. How do you pronounce it again? A Doidarian?
Toydarian.
Like,
Toydarian?
yes, like the thing that George would make money selling in my likeness. A Toydarian.
A Toydarian. Got it. So we'd say now batting for the Mets, the Toydarian, Watto.
There we go.
There we go.
Look at that. I think Watto's actually swung a bat before. He had the knuckles lined up perfectly.
I think that is the best Watto has ever done it, truly. And I think it's only because he's staring at the camera and could adjust based on that. I promise you, Watto's childhood of being forced to play baseball by his father did not look that good. You want a fun fact? And this is about Watto. Watto was very, very tiny and left-handed, and so no other children could pitch to Watto. This is a story about Watto.
Right.
So when they put Watto up to bat, kids would almost, without fail, hit Watto very hard with a ball. So he had the best on-base average of anyone in his Little League team. And so the team really liked him because they called him the walkout kid, because he would get injured in order to help them score points if the bases were loaded. And it was a real conflict of interest for Watto because he so badly wanted the approval of these kids who otherwise made fun of him for being small and bad at sports that he would literally submit himself to the pain of getting hit with a ball so that he could score points and limp onto first base.
And this explains the backstory of why he grew up to be a man who enslaved children for his own benefit. Revenge of the Toydarian, I should say.
Correct. What are you going to say, Colin?
I know that's quite the troubling childhood. I love the fact that you have the child.
Yes.
I will not call him by what other people call him. And George, it's nice to see your color has resumed. For a second there, you look like Richard Dreyfuss in Close Encounters of the Third Kind when he gets hit by that blinding light.
My buddy Steve with my buddy Rich.
Yeah,
Making
It's
a
true.
movie.
you guys
Making movies.
Yeah.
Is that a Rob Schneider?
That was I said that. I remember when they were about to make Jaws together, and then they were making Close Encounters. I remember said, "Buddy Steve, buddy Rich, making movies."
And that was the inspiration for Rob Schneider. That's impressive.
Yeah, wow.
Yeah.
Now,
Wow.
Colin, you said you're a big Star Wars fan. What is? I don't want to be as literal as to ask for your ranking, but tell us about sort of your favorite aspects of Star Wars. Maybe characters. Which stories are your favorite? What angles relate to you the most in the Star Wars mythos?
I love movies that have a dark feel to them, especially in sci-fi. So obviously Empire was my number one, as it is for many people. I thought Rogue One was phenomenal. I love the fact, and this is going to sound really messed up, but I love the fact that everyone died. Like, to carry on to the next, the next chapter.
I mean, that sounds like what the coronavirus would say.
Yeah.
I understand where you're coming from. It's fake, but the coronavirus would love Rogue One.
Yeah.
It'd be like, that's a happy ending.
Yeah. That's the be all end all for the corona. Yeah. Although then the corona has nothing else to feed on. So
coronavirus doesn't need a sequel. It's like, I'd rather be a one and done franchise.
I think what the coronavirus would do at the end of Rogue One is slip onto that little disc, get onto the data transfer, the FTP upload into space. Yes. And the coronavirus is on that little disk drive that they hand at the end. So the hope that Princess Leia is talking about is also hope for the virus.
Oh, wait, Colin, I'm sorry. I have to address this. Someone in the comments is asking, is it possible for us to burn the ask and get Mr. Met on the stream? I understand if it's not possible. You have an in with Mr. Met, do you not?
Is that possible?
We are friends. He's a man of very few words, but I believe he's currently at home. He's self-isolating with Mrs. Met. And no one's really seen him much since they shut everything down in New York on March 14th. So I'm sorry, Mr. Met, I cannot be seen. But I guarantee you one day I will send one of his masks that he used, an oversized mask, which could also double the parachute for someone the size of Watto. And you can see that and see how he was self-distancing, and
that would be amazing. Now, in a certain way, Mr. Met was taking the necessary precautions to cover his face before everyone else.
Yeah, Mr. Met, because he's a man of the people, and he's got to make sure that he's playing it safe. Yes, I mean, the poor guy already has hydrocephalia. Like, you don't get that gigantic head from just like naturally, or from living next to some sort of nuclear power plant. Like, the man had a severe case of hydrocephalia, as did his wife by happenstance. And, he just takes no chances.
Yes.
I would say by happenstance. You don't think that that's what brought them together?
I mean, yeah, there's only like so many swipe rights you can have when you're trying to find that perfect someone who has the same gigantic sized baseball shaped and colored head. So
I almost question, like, are we sure they're not cousins? I don't want to accuse them of anything. But like Mr. Met and Mrs. Met, it's like funny that you both have the same head.
Who would if it, because 50% of all marriages end in divorce, and that's just a fact.
Right.
Who would be a good match if Mrs. Metropolitan was ever found herself single again? Would be a famous pod racer, Ben Quadraneros.
Ben Quadraneros
got a big head.
Yeah. If people want to do fan art of a speculative romance between Mrs. Metropolitan and famed pod racing champion Ben Quadraneros,
right?
I'll bring up a picture for everybody.
What?
Ben Quadraneros, for those who don't remember, is the pod racer who never starts the race. His engine blows up, and so his whole body is a head. It's just arms and legs coming out of a head.
Yeah.
It's basically Mr. and Mrs. Met.
Yeah.
I appreciate you calling them by their birth name, the Metropolitans, not by their stage names, Mr. or Mrs. Met. I think that's kind of neat.
Yes.
Yeah.
I believe the man who's on screen right now was in the producers.
Oh, you think this is Gary Beach?
I think it is.
You think this is Tony Award winner Gary Beach?
I believe it is.
Recently.
That is one hell of a tan.
Yeah.
Right?
He actually stole George Lucas's hair.
I mean,
very.
Now I'm curious. Now I want to confirm. Is it?
Well, here's the thing. The IMDb is all over the place.
Yeah, we got to fix this.
Yeah.
I might be a couple seconds behind. Are we walking on a tarmac right now?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay. But the guy who's sitting at the desk was the one we were talking about before.
Yes.
Gary Beach,
okay, good.
Marlis, yes.
Wow. Okay.
There we go. I'll also say this, Watto, we had a conversation a few weeks ago about how I thought one of the guys was, I believe his name is Pintel in the Pirates of the Caribbean movies.
Yes, it was.
It was.
Wow.
Good call.
How do you guys know all this?
Watto, George, and Patrick are almost unified by having a specific type of broken brain.
Yeah.
That retains all of this information without effort and somewhat incapable of doing very basic human tasks.
Colin, I don't remember how to do long division.
Yeah.
I don't either. Actually,
Okay.
that's a really good call. How does that happen?
I don't know.
Truly the reason the three of us are friends, and maybe you should join the club as well, Colin.
Please, I would love some new friends, especially ones that are far more knowledgeable than me.
Should we give Colin our list name?
Yes, let's do it.
Yes,
Colin, we've
absolutely.
been having guests and high number donators, giving them an ARLI name, which we used to do manually by hand, but now graciously a viewer has created a website that allows us to automatically make someone an ARLI name. Now
it's not perfect because there's a
What do you mean?
like, if I do this,
yeah, let's see what it does.
it's not perfect.
Let's try it. Click.
Well, it's in beta. It's in beta. This just
it's in
happened.
beta.
Yeah. So we gotta figure it out. But
Okay, so let's do this. Let's say Colin works in sports, so maybe let's make him 3/4 sports, 1/4 business.
okay.
I mean, Colin.
That is
That's
pure
your
magic.
last name.
Right?
That's pretty good.
My wife and I do speak to each other a lot in emojis, so that's really fitting. I like that.
I just want to
Can
see
I-
what it looks like all the way.
Yeah.
Okay, let's
All the way. Yeah. All the way business, all the way sports. That's your
Oh,
maximum
yeah.
ARLI name.
Yeah.
I think it is, because I think Colin he's all about sports, but he's also a pro. He's all about business. We got to take it all the way for him.
Yeah.
I just launched a business in the middle of this pandemic too, so that's kind of like crazy, which I've never done before. And I'm never a serious guy, so I'm generally not all about business. So that's kind of fun to be labeled something I'm not.
Well, feel free if you want to rename your business with this new name.
Yes,
for
set
it.
symbol, basketball, field hockey stick, golf flag. I don't know what currency that is. The end with the two lines through it. Copyright symbol, volleyball, $, euro, field hockey stick, field hockey stick.
Yeah, it's a Naira.
It's a
But
naira.
it's still pronounced the exact same way. It doesn't affect the pronunciation at all.
Where's that the hockey stick? Is that hockey or field hockey?
Now it looks like ice hockey.
Okay, it's ice hockey.
Yeah.
That's my sport, and I'm a baseball announcer.
Yes.
And
Yeah.
I broadcasted volleyball before, so all that works. And I've never heard of
Yeah,
it before.
It's a smart algorithm. It's a very smart algorithm.
I'm not surprised. It's a very smart panel.
Colin, what sports have you not broadcast that you would want to?
That's a great question.
I'm going to throw out pod racing. If
Yeah.
you know,
I
that's
mean,
not going to be as fun.
I don't want to seem like I'm pandering. You know, I mean, I do want to be back on with you guys someday, but I don't want to pander too much. Especially, like I'm not as articulate as I normally am because I'm in the presence of greatness. I've got George Watto and Patrick Cotner, so I don't know what to do with myself. I would broadcast curling.
Okay.
A
Curling.
delicate sport.
A delicate.
Except for a lot of yelling. Like it's delicate, but screaming is involved.
Yeah.
Right. But now, would you, if you were announcing it, would you lean into the screaming aesthetic or the delicacy of the act itself?
I try to find a balance, because when for that final stone, if it knocks all the other stones out of the bullseye there, then I want to get into the screaming aspect. Or if the American team screws up, I'm just going to break that wall of professionalism as a broadcaster and just scream at them the way they scream at each other, and just kind of make myself part of the team.
Have you ever gotten excited or gotten angry and said something over the air that you shouldn't have, whether that was positive or negative?
Yeah, I made fun of a referee one time. By the way, can I just get this out of my system? I cannot stand Sandra Oh. Sorry, that was my R list. I'm sorry. I cannot stand her.
Okay.
That's
I can't.
Okay.
My sister and brother
unpopular
were
opinions.
watching Grey's Anatomy the other night, and I was like, "Oh, you guys are watching," and there she was, and I was like, "See ya." Anyway, I did rip apart a referee. My director got in my ear and was just like, "Colin, back off a little bit." And And this guy like made the game all about himself. And I knew he was going to be a schmo from the get-go. Like during warm-ups, he was standing like at center court, but off to the side, the center court line. And he was doing his stretches and he had perfectly coiffed hair. And his name, oh my God, it was Vinny Barada. Like it was the most stereotypical. Yeah. His name was
The
Vincent
schmo from the
Barada.
get-go. Hashtag schmo from the get-go.
Schmo from the get-go. And
that's how he'll be remembered.
Yes, and he was. And he was like, he'd run back the court. Like, I mean, he had a strut to him. And it was almost like he was dying to become a meme. And finally, the fourth quarter, I torched him. And my director was like, Colin, can you please not do that? It was a high school game I was covering too. And it's like, I'm leaving the kids out of it. If anything, they're going to be like, yeah, no, Vinny Barada was a schmo from the get-go, hashtag.
Wow.
From the get-go. So, yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. Professional.
Now, are we witnessing the actual building of the Staples Arena?
I don't know.
Is that something we'll have to ask that the next time we talk to Bobby, whether that was a digital effect or whether he was present for the actual construction of that, whether they took advantage of that opportunity.
Patrick, have we gotten any donations for the official Colin Cosell baseball call-out?
Let's see. We've gotten some, but not to the $100 mark. So I will pop this back up.
What's the
Gotta get to the $100. The $100.
Say, Colin, would you be down for any $100 ones even before this today?
Sure.
Okay. It's not that many.
Well, let's see here. For $25 to get a signed photo from Robert Wold. So
That's true.
I don't know if I'm worth.
No, you are.
I think I'm worth that Wold money.
You are.
Wold is bargain basementing himself. We suggested a much higher number to Wold. He went, no, let's make it this. And then once he was on air, he announced an even lower number.
Yeah.
He's pricing himself wholesale to go for those big bulk purchases.
Yes.
Good old Costco.
So this is a retail operation. We're trying to strive for some retail size donations.
Black label Cosell.
That's fantastic. We've moved on to the next episode.
Yes,
we got to pause so it doesn't autoplay, right?
Yeah, we've been trying to start on the 15s and 45s just to stay on.
Oh,
yeah.
Shoot.
No worries. Just
I was going to say, is that a gentle hint that I should go?
No.
Okay.
No.
You stay as long as you want.
No.
But George,
you stay as long as you want. That's the gentle hint.
That was nice. All right, got it. George, give me a no, which means that you just made my day.
Yeah. It's George's least.
No. That's what I'd say.
Oh, wait a second. We forgot something. At 4:39 p.m., we forgot to talk about Star Wars Detours. Colin, you said you're a Star Wars fan. I'm sure that means you've watched every episode of Star Wars Detours, right?
I have not.
You haven't seen every episode.
Do you know what it is, Colin?
I don't.
Well, interesting. Maybe you haven't.
This is good because this is a good time to admit the things that you don't know and to listen.
Well, let's start this episode, and then while we're going.
All right.
So we're gonna start in 3, 2, 1.
Episode 4: The Stories You Don't Hear About.
Okay. Now, Watto, let us know about Detours.
Speaking of the stories you don't hear about.
Is that? Let me know when you've got Jesse the Body Ventura holding Robert Wool in an arm lock.
Okay, right now we're at the pole vaulter. Bucks are going down. A bunch of horses racing, blurred out car, referee, bicyclist.
Yeah.
Javelin throw, baseball catch, the return to pole vaulter, return to divers.
Fast baseballs, fast book. Where we are baseball stadium.
We must have missed.
No, he's coming. I know. Right now it's like Mia Hamm.
It's going to be
about
15, 16 seconds for you.
Yes. Sandra Oh.
Billie Jean King.
This part.
Joe Torre.
The great
Joe. We are Jesse.
All right, I think you're in.
Okay.
All right, now Watto.
3, 2, 1.
Yeah.
Good?
Yes. So now, yes. Ice skater, we're on the same page?
Yes.
Great.
Okay, Watto, tell us about Detours.
Okay, it's 6 minutes late now, but here's the deal. Sammy Sosa with a jar of marinara sauce.
Sammy Marinara Sosa.
Colin, it is not a personal failing of your own that you have not seen Star Wars Detours. This does not mean that you are not a good fan. It means that the government is holding back Star Wars from you. The biggest form of government we have, the Walt Disney Corporation, after they seized Lucasfilm, unlawfully seized Lucasfilm and left behind only a couple $2 billion. One of the things they acquired was 39 completed episodes of an entirely self-financed by this man animated series called Star Wars Detours. We're talking multiple finished seasons of animation. It's a show that's like Star Wars, but very, very funny and filled with jokes. And Disney has never released it. It has never seen the light of day.
That's horrible.
It's just sitting on a hard drive somewhere. And so we ask people once an hour to tweet at Disney Plus, hashtag may Detours be with you, so they can presumably hit what will only be one button to release those 39 episodes on Disney Plus.
They love making money. Like,
yes.
And production is shut down. So while there are some shows, I believe that Star Wars The Mandalorian and just announced they're going to make their deadline for come out with season 2 this year because they can do it all in post-production.
Yes.
But they have 39 Star Wars episodes created, a series created by me, George Lucas, and they just put them on the shelf. They keep them on the shelf instead of releasing them, which would be an act of kindness to people who, you know, a lot of them can't leave their homes. You know, a lot of them go out and protest. They come back. They would love to have something nice to watch.
They've reached the end of Netflix, these people. Oh, George is doing a quick quippy. Colin, what I was going to say is, in past week, George has realized it is especially ironic considering that Disney has such a good track record for releasing animation. Arguably, fewer companies have been better at letting a public see animation than Disney, but in this case, they are oppressing the flow of animation.
Imagine if instead of 39 Star Wars episodes, I had given, instead of giving 39 animated Star Wars episodes to Disney, I had given 39 million gallons of crude oil to Chevron.
Right.
And they just decided, let's put that oil on the shelf and not release it.
Yeah,
Imagine
we don't like selling oil.
Yes. That's not what we do. Imagine if I'd given 39 potatoes to McDonald's and they decided, we're not going to turn those into French fries. We're going to put those potatoes on the shelf, even though they were perfectly good potatoes.
Yes.
Hey, Watto?
Yes.
I have a cameo that just came, or a Watto that just came in.
Yes,
I
saw this.
Would you like to do it?
Yes. Can I also just say the man at the buffet who was just on screen is one of Watto's favorite character actors, the great John Schuck, a regular of Robert Altman's films. He played Painless, the suicidal dentist in MASH. That is all. I just always like to shout out a little Schuck.
Okay, I'm going to make Watto full screen, and he's going to do... Colin, we've also been doing, if someone donates $100, they will also get a personalized message from Watto. So it's sort of a similar thing. So I'm going to make...
Can I ask who submitted this message?
This is from Bryson Wallace of
I had a feeling. I had a feeling. Okay, here we go. Welcome to Planet Scum, the new home for live stream comedy that kicks you in your bored face. Fix your life by attending weekly sessions of Dyke Vice with McGill graduate Robbie Hoffman. Start your mornings off right with Riley Soliner's Googie Morning, because a little bit of online mischief with Chris Gethard and guests on Planet Scum Live. And join George, Patrick, and me, Watto, every week as we raise money for a good cause by doing whatever the hell this is on the George Lucas Talk Show. So just go to PlanetScum.live. That's PLANETS. Come.live for more info and keep your eyes peeled for new shows coming in the future. Special shout out to all of the trash people of Planet Scum over in our Discord server. Click join the Discord on planetscum.live to join the extremely, almost obscenely positive community today. Yippee.
Yep.
And see, that's a good way to use the Watto option. For $100, you get a free sort of ad read from Watto. I can advertise your business.
That's pretty good. Poker. I don't think we've done a lot of gambling.
I don't think we have either.
We've been covering a lot of sports, Colin. I don't think we've had.
No, this is the first Canto Bite episode.
Yes.
Yeah.
This season's really branching out.
I bet you there are a bunch of incels who hate this episode and think that it ruined Arliss.
Yeah.
Because Kirby Carlisle went to I bet there are people just like, why waste all this time with Kirby Carlisle at Canto Bite?
I know. Oh, it's a narrative dead end. I don't know. Maybe it's proving something thematic, you fucking fuckstick.
They're furious about it. They're absolutely furious about it.
I'm real mad about this.
Yeah.
Didn't realize swearing was permissible on this.
Oh, do you have a favorite swear word?
Not one that I care to say.
Yeah.
But yeah, definitely.
But you do have one. So just right now, you don't have to say it, but just for a second, hold it inside. Hold it in your heart.
Think it. Don't even
think it.
Yeah, think it real hard. So you're not allowed to say words publicly.
Yeah.
George knows it.
Yeah. Wow.
Yeah, I know it.
Wow.
I saw the hit.
It's a good one.
Yeah.
It's a good one.
It's the best one.
Yeah.
It gets the point across very, very well.
Yeah. You know what I said to my buddy Steve and Richard Dreyfuss whenever they were about to make Close Encounters of the Third Kind?
What did you say?
I said, you can do it.
What?
George, hang on.
You can do it.
George, do you love
can do
Rob
it.
Schneider?
Who's Rob Schneider?
Oh, George. Oh, boy.
This was in the late 1970s. I said, you can do it.
I want to put
Yes.
I want to put this out here right now. I want to make this abundantly clear. Okay. We will not be doing any marathons of Rob Schneider shows. I don't care how much money we raise. It's not going to.
You could give us $1 million. I've never heard of this Rob Schneider person. I'm just telling you a story about when my buddy Steve-O was making movies with the Dreyfuss.
No, George.
I said, you can do it. You've already made Jaws. There's no reason to think that you can't make this one, even though it's different. It's a different kind of movie. I said, you can do it.
I'll say, I do think Schneider's probably played a Nemoidian or two in his career.
Oh, absolutely. Let's say I do believe Schneider is half Nemoidian.
Yes.
I like living in the world of George Lucas where there's Rob Schneider does not exist. I think that's kind of great. Watto, you're looking quite provocative.
I'm not saying this person doesn't exist. I've just never heard of him.
Yes.
He hasn't heard of a lot of people. That's to be fair.
I'm so happy with the amount of John Schuck we're getting in this episode. This guy rules. He played Herman Munster in the 90s reboot of The Munsters.
Oh, sure.
That's a great one.
He kind of has a mouth like King Hippo from Punch-Out on Nintendo.
He does. He's got a lot of face. That's the thing I like about him. He's got a tremendous amount of face.
Yeah.
Question for you guys. Favorite Robert Wold movie?
Oh, for me, God, I mean, a lot of good options. Now, are we talking about, this is a key distinction, okay? Colin, are you asking us, what is your favorite movie that happens to include Robert Wold? Or are you asking the movie that for you best uses Robert Wold?
Oof.
You know what I'm saying? Because it's a distinction.
I do.
Best movie with Robert Wold or best Robert Wold movie?
I'm going to say best use of the immense talent that is Robert Wool.
I think it's Bull Durham. I think that's his best film role. I think that's an incredible use of him, both comedically and dramatically. I think he's just sort of a sage voice of wisdom with real sort of pathos, but those killer comedy chops deployed perfectly.
That's fair.
We should talk about this now. Robert is in a movie that was just released called Early with Elizabeth Moss. I believe it was released this week.
An entirely dramatic turn. He's been getting rave reviews.
Yeah, so check that out on VOD.
I have different picks than Watto has.
Okay.
Not only do I think the best use of Wool and the best movie that Wool is in, and they're both indisputably good movies.
Okay.
No one can say that either of these is not described as a good movie.
Okay.
The best use of Wool in a movie is Good Morning Vietnam.
Ooh.
And the best movie that Wool is in is Good Burger.
Sure.
There's Lena or someone 316 in the comment. I'm going with her. I'm going to say Batman.
Batman, baby.
Yeah,
It's that Batman. It was my third place. It might have gotten in there if they'd called it Good Batman.
Yes.
I just put something together. Do you think Wool was in Good Burger because Tolan produced all that?
Absolutely. It has to be. Yes, ARLI shares producers with all that. I guarantee you that is why he is in the film Good Burger.
Also, it's just a good idea to put the word good into your movies if you can. I wish that I'd done it now. That's my one filmmaking regret. That imagine how well, I mean, Bull Durham is a successful movie, but imagine if it was called Good Bull Durham.
That's very true. Patrick, fact check this.
Might have that kind of title gets you a screenplay Oscar, you know?
I believe Good Burger is directed by ARLI's producer Brian Robbins, right?
Yes, and it is produced by Mike Tolan.
Yes, so 100% his buddy Brian on the set of ARLI said, "Hey, would you mind stopping by the Good Burger tomorrow?"
Yeah, you're right.
Has to be. Has to be.
Yeah.
Good one, a Star Wars story.
Good one, a Star Wars story.
Yeah, The Good Jedi.
Yeah. The Good Jedi.
A Good Hope.
Yes.
The Empire Strikes. Good.
I would say you could pitch any of these to ABC and they would give you a full season right now.
The Good Menace, Attack of the Goods.
This is right in the ABC primetime drama wheelhouse.
Yeah.
Solo, a Good Wars story.
A Good Wars.
Good Willow. Howard the Good Duck. I mean, I'm seeing a lot of money that I left on the table. You know what I mean?
American Good Feedy.
Yes.
Yeah.
Radio.
Sometimes it doesn't always have to be. Yeah.
The Good Shank Redemption. I mean, classic.
Yeah, it could extend to other movies.
Yeah.
Gone with the Good.
Yeah, Good with the
Yeah,
Wind.
Frank Darabont is a good guy. He tried to write an Indiana Jones movie.
His
Almost
name
did
should
it.
be Frank
Looks
Goodall.
close. Good job.
Good Encounters of the Third Kind.
Yeah.
Good
Or
Encounters of the Great Kind.
Good Kind. Oh.
Oh,
Or Good Encounters of the Great Kind. Really go for it.
Good
You want to tell people why wait? Indiana Jones and the Temple of Good, Indiana Jones and the Good Crusade. Why wait for the critics to tell people that the movie is good? Put the word good in the movie title and cut the critics off at the knees. They don't get to decide.
Force them into it.
Kingdom of the Good Still Skull.
No, not far enough. Call it Indiana Jones and the Good of the Crystal Good.
Good Tales.
Good Tales.
Nice. The Good, the Good, and the Good.
It's good. You're fixing two problems that movie had. I don't have any need for the bad and the ugly.
Yeah. Why give yourself a 1/3 positive review in your own title?
Right. Don't give the critics those outs. Call it the good, and the good. And now there's a French boxer wearing a beret on screen.
Can you imagine how it would have ended if it was Good Tannic?
I cannot imagine.
My heart will go on.
No,
yeah, that was.
Colin, this is a question that just came to me.
Yes.
We are watching a show that is a heightened comedic version of the life of a sports agent. Now, I'm sure you deal with sports agents and managers on a daily basis, but that is not the road you walk. Have you ever watched the show Brockmire, which is kind of the ARLIS of announcers?
I have. I'm a big Hank Azaria fan, and he's just such a tremendous talent. So yeah, I've watched it.
Now, obviously, it's a heightened show. It's an exaggerated show. Do you feel like Brockmire gets at some fundamental truths? Do you see some accuracy in Brockmire?
Sure.
Yeah,
absolutely. I can relate to him. I mean, who hasn't had a few drinks in the booth?
I mean, that's me saying I can relate to that. Not that I haven't done it. I've done that. I've never even announced the game, but anytime I'm at a stadium, I break into the booth and have some drinks.
I mean, that's the best place to do it. We actually have a kegerator.
Yes.
We have a kegerator in the RPA booth just for that. It has been dubbed the frat house of Radio Row. It actually has been nicknamed that because we just hang out and BS a lot. But we've asked for a kegerator. It has not been delivered yet. Shame.
Wow.
That is true, though. Someone came in. They were going to do some renovations and upgrades in our booth, and I was like, "Oh, this would be a perfect spot for a kegerator." And they're like, "We'll look into that."
Yeah, here we go. The Fast and the Good, Too Fast, Too Good. The Fast and the Good, Good Drift. Fast and Good, Fast 5. Wait, Fast 5? We're leaving it at Fast 5? Good 6, Good 7. The Fate of the Good. Fast and Good presents Good and Good.
What about Good Drift? Was that in there?
Yeah, Good Drift was in there.
Was? Okay.
George, we should come up with some more stretch goals because we don't have any between 888 and 4,444.
Yes, we need one.
Somebody in the comments just asked if there'd be a stretch goal for me to sing the Cantina song.
Okay.
$1,000.
Well,
what are we at?
We're past that. We're at hang on 1 second. 130.
About 1,500.
We can do 1,500. We're at 1,270.
Yeah, okay. So 1,500, we will all sing the Cantina
song.
No,
at 1,500, I will sing the Cantina song because there are lyrics to that song that have never been released.
Wow.
Really?
I'll sing the lyrics. Yeah.
You will debut the lyrics to the Cantina song.
Yeah, we were never going to do it, but people need to raise some money.
So why did you write lyrics if you were never going to do it? What's the point?
Because their lyrics existed in World. They were doing an instrumental. They were doing an instrumental cover.
Sure.
In the Creature Cantina.
Right. It was just painting the underside of the drawers.
Yeah.
The cabinet.
Okay.
Yeah.
There are lyrics to Take 5 by Dave Brubeck Bands, and the song is far better without the lyrics. So sometimes it's just better without the lyrics.
You can now take 5 now. You can now you take 5, and you can now you take 5 now. Everybody take 5. We've got 5 now. Now we don't. Everybody took 5. We owe everybody money now because everybody took 5. Right?
Yeah, those were the lyrics, actually. I thought I stumped everyone, but no, George knew every lyric.
Doesn't George have a surprise he owes us?
I do. Should I do that now?
Yes,
yeah, why don't you do it now?
I gotta go get him. Hold on.
Eat another beignet.
And just to explain, it's Duel of the Fates. Darth Maul is the middle one, and his dual-sided lightsaber is the other two sides.
Okay.
And I always thought that, and we were going to shoot this, and then we didn't have the technology to do it. Instead of having Darth Maul get cut in half, which that was the compromise version. You know the hole that he falls down into?
Yeah.
That hole there? There was going to be a creature that lives down in there who is going to pop up behind Darth Maul right when he's about to kill And the creature pops up behind Darth Maul and eats him and his double-sided lightsaber.
Okay. Go get it.
Is it poor form to ask George about the theory of the one that I firmly believe in about Jar Jar Binks being a Sith Lord?
I think you can ask him if you want to ask him.
I think you can.
I want to be invited back, Patrick. I don't want to. It's George Lucas, for Christ's sakes. Like,
yeah, and it is ultimately up to him if you come back. So it really, I would say ask him.
Yeah.
He'll probably have an answer.
I think you might be surprised by his answer.
Yeah.
What are you noshing on, Watto?
A beignet.
What's a beignet? Oh, like down
in at the Cafe Du Monde down in
New Orleans.
The sugar dusted pastry made famous in New Orleans.
Wow. Watto's going out of the apartment. Watto's going to do a lot.
Delivery.
Oh, okay.
Watto's eating beignets, and yet his figure, which we saw before when he was in Paint Me Like One of Your French Girls, but his legs do not show it at all.
No.
Like, look at those are great legs, Watto.
Yeah.
You've got
Watto always had great legs. Watto always had great legs. Go back and watch the films.
I will.
Here's the thing, and the fans can do this. Zoom in on Watto's legs and freeze frame and post things about his legs, like check out those gams, or no one's got better legs than Watto.
Can I take a screen grab? Is that allowed, Watto? Can you show me?
Yeah, take it.
Well, hang on.
Oh,
Mr. Smith is upset.
Oh no!
Oh, that is relatable. That drawing is relatable.
Oh, that's so funny.
Why does it look like Mrs. Med had botched like a facelift?
All right. Now, the important thing, I hope I can stage this correctly. We had a bit of a disaster before trying to stage this because it turns out if you leave sugar-free Jell-O out in the Marin County heat for more than an hour, it becomes pure liquid.
So, George,
and it falls all over chair cushions on a screen porch that if you don't get that stain out and then off the rug that's on the ground, you're going to be one upset billionaire.
So, George, this is what I'm going to say, okay? George, I am going to start singing Duel of the Fates, and you do the Jell-O whenever it feels fit. So I don't want you to have to be waiting.
And the way it's gonna work, ideally, is that the creature pops up. So you see Darth Maul. Darth Maul there.
Don't do this. Don't hold them up again. We don't want them to fall again. Don't hold them up until you're ready.
Okay, you'll see Darth Maul, and he'll be kind of looking cocky because he just killed. Spoiler: if you haven't seen Phantom Menace, shame on you. Qui-Gon Jinn has just been murdered.
Yes.
By Darth Maul, who is a bad guy.
Right. But we want to lay all this runway before they're even in a position where they can fall.
Yeah.
Okay.
So he's feeling like he can do no wrong. He's so confident. And the creature eats his lightsabers. He eats the light out of the lightsabers before he eats Darth Maul. So Darth Maul's kind of like, picture him just like, what the heck?
Wow. Okay.
Like he doesn't realize what's happening. Okay. So you start with the music. It's Duel of the Fates.
Dun, dun, dun. Dun, dun, dun. Dun, 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 dun,
I don't know why these reds are so much harder than the greens and the oranges.
So the first time out, they were so much easier to get out of the tubes that they fell out before you started eating them. And the second time, you can barely make a dent.
There's something about
the red ones seem
there's
disastrous.
something about the red ones do not want to go. Like they don't want to break apart.
Or they only want to go.
Were those Jello shots?
No, they're just regular.
They're just Jello.
Oh, George.
Georgie.
Oh, why am I going to be associated with the episode where George Lucas got diabetes?
You don't understand. He's been doing this for 2 weeks in a row now. It just
Exactly.
usually goes a lot more smoothly. Jello.
Wow.
For free.
No diabetes for me.
No diabetes.
Only me. Wow, George.
Wow.
And they're
Not
sugar
done.
free.
So those were the lyrics?
No, that's a different challenge.
No diabetes just for me. These shots are sugar free. Yeah. Oh my gosh.
This has been magical.
Yeah.
Please, the pleasure was all ours. It's been fun. And once again, you're breaking the seal of people in the sports world. It has been so difficult to find anyone in the sports world who can even make sense of what we're doing here.
I get it now. I get all of it.
Yeah.
And I now have plans for weeks to come on Sunday. So thank you. This is amazing.
Please.
I get to chat with the great George Lucas. George, now
Yeah.
I know my time is limited now, and I'm going to ask you this question. I hope you take it the right way.
Mm-hmm.
Is there any truth to the Jar Jar Binks was a Sith Lord?
No, he's a good guy.
What?
Jar Jar was always exactly what he seemed like, a future senator.
Wow.
Really?
Colin, I think you blew it.
Why
I'm
would
so
he's
by that.
there's look, you can tell who the like when I want to surprise you with a secret bad guy, here's how I do it. Like when I wanted to show that the Emperor was actually Senator Palpatine, I had him in a robe so you could only see most of his face, which looked like the Emperor's face.
Mm-hmm.
In his face. When I plan a surprise, you'll know it because it's right there. You know?
Right.
Wow.
I'm not surprised. That's amazing, George. This
That's
is why
that's how you. Yeah.
That's why you're a genius. That's why you're a retired filmmaker billionaire with an endless supply of sugar-free Jello.
Yes.
Yeah. Sorry, it didn't suck out as quick as I thought it would.
The good suck.
It's good.
Good
stuff, George.
The good suck.
The good suck.
Wow.
Well, listen, guys, I've now officially seen 2 episodes of ARLI, something I could not have said going into the pandemic previously, and I appreciate that.
Yeah.
Do we have anyone that I'm going to be doing a call up for, or am I going to wait for that email from Patrick?
I will send you the email because then we'll get it nice and officially recorded and stuff. We can get it sent over to them. Yeah. Thank you so much for coming, Colin. That was great.
Thank you so much, Colin.
Thank you. I mean, I got to enter the Star Wars universe. I have the Defender of the Universe behind me, so it's just this universal universe.
Yes.
I never knew Watto had such tremendous, gorgeous legs and phenomenal calves. I'm taking a screenshot of that right now. There we go. Perfect. I'm going to get this printed. I'm going to send it to each of you. I expect it to be autographed and sent back to me. I'll take care of postage.
Of course.
And I can't wait to get all 3 of you to a Mets game whenever it's safe.
I can't wait.
Hope to see you again. Thanks, guys.
Yeah. Talk to
Thank
you
you
soon.
so much.
Okay,
Talk
bye.
to you soon.
See you, buddy.
I will say, I don't know if this is going to sound narcissistic, but when people were posting videos of Watto's one-man show, the show that closed the UCB Theater in New York City,
Yeah.
Watto just kept on every time those videos or photos went up going wow, Watto does have weirdly defined legs for someone who does not really use them at all.
Yeah.
Like I have tiny wings, I fly around, my legs are usually floating in the air. Weird amount of definition for someone who has a big belly and doesn't use his legs ever.
Even far away right now, like seeing the.
I know, right? It's like
under your skin, it looks good.
Right. There's like that. I'm like, where does that come from? I'm not bragging. It genuinely just defies logic because I know how little I use my legs.
Yeah, guys, let's start this next episode, but I want to bring in a guest.
Yes.
Who's in here? You know her from a ton of things. You've probably seen her on Marvelous Mrs. Maisel. Bring in Erin Darke.
Erin Darke!
Hi, guys.
Hi, Erin.
Hello.
Now,
How are you?
Erin, I don't want to front load our conversation, but you and I have quite a history.
We do.
Let's start the episode, and then we can talk about
the
it.
episode.
All right,
Okay.
let's start the episode.
All right, here we go. Everyone good?
Yes, ready to start.
I think so, yes.
Okay. One.
Episode 5, taking one for the team.
Yes.
One,
Yes.
2, 3.
All right.
There we go. Okay, HBO static. Okay.
And that was one of the titles I considered for Star Wars Episode 5. I was thinking it could be Empire Strikes Back or it could be taking one for the team, which is basically what Luke does when he loses his hand.
And this is another episode with the cold open before the theme song starts.
Yeah.
Now, Erin, you and I have communicated a little bit online.
We have, yes.
And you told me in a way that I thought was some kind of a comment in jest, goofing on Watto, that you come from a very pro-Watto family. And I said, what kind of fucking burn is this? And you sent photographic evidence. Can you please share this story with our listeners? And I will send the photo along to Patrick so he can post this.
I believe I have the photo.
I was going to say, I think I sent you the photo, right, Patrick?
Yep, I have it.
You have the photo, so share the story.
My dad, real big Star Wars fan. We were all very excited about episode 1. We waited in line for tickets at a movie theater in Michigan where there was no line. It was
Erin, turn down your sound a little bit.
As much as we all love to listen to ARLIS.
I was going to say, I'm turning on my ARLIS sound. I'm sorry, I've never...
That's okay.
No,
The audience is listening.
There we go.
Yeah.
We want to hear what you have to say.
Is that better?
That's perfect.
It's great.
Yeah, my dad was... We're all real big Star Wars fans. And my dad talked to one of the movie theaters in Flint, Michigan, into giving him their Watto lobby display. It's a large cardboard cutout. He has kept it, and this is an actual photograph from our Thanksgiving dinner this year.
Right. Now, this is where Watto thought you were fucking with me, but you made it very clear that this has survived several moves.
Yes, my dad moved out of the house I grew up in Michigan this past fall, and a lot of belongings got taken to the curb, but not Watto.
And Watto literally sits at the head of the table during family dinners on holidays.
Thanksgiving dinner. Actual Thanksgiving. And this is, I should mention, the only photo that I have from Thanksgiving dinner this past year.
I mean, you have...
And I want to get in a plug here if we can bring that photo back up. And maybe we'll wait to bring the photo back up. If we could get the famous Norman Rockwell depiction of Thanksgiving.
Yes.
That is a painting. The Lucas Museum is going to be opening hopefully in a year or two in Los Angeles. Going to have a lot of Norman Rockwell paintings. I don't want to say whether that is going to be one of them because we're still deciding which ones do we put up, which ones do I own. But there's the painting, the classic Thanksgiving painting.
Yes.
And let's see it side by side. Can we see it side by side? Is it possible to do side by side?
Yeah, we probably can. Give me 1 second.
Yeah. I know it must be possible. I made so many Star Wars movies. This seems so easy by comparison compared to making a Star Wars movie. Can we show 2 photographs at once?
Hang on, George. Hang on.
It might break Planet Scum. It is. I would say though the framing, the blocking of the 2 images is very similar.
Yes.
Yeah.
There they are. I mean, it is classic Rockwell right there.
Yes. Even
that is it.
Positioning of the arms, one carving a ham, one placing a turkey. And
there is
the patriarch.
Now, there's a fly landed on the screen in that shot just now. was that mac and cheese?
Yes.
I don't know if for people who go back and check the video that there literally was a bug landing on the screen somehow there.
Mac and cheese. Our weird Thanksgiving dinner, because we all realized this year that none of us really like turkey that much.
Great. I love that. I mac and cheese is a prerequisite for Watto at Thanksgiving.
Yeah.
I think that's good. The thing is, I went back for Christmas. Watto still taking up prominent space in the living room.
Yes.
Great. That's great.
I just feel like it's one of those things for me where very often when Watto, meet people, they're like, what are you from? Are you from like one of the comic books or the cartoons? And I'm like, no, like 2 of the movies. And you're like, are they the new ones from the last couple years? Like, no, one of the ones from like decades ago that everyone saw. People don't remember. It's very rare to meet someone who is not only like, I know exactly who you are, but we pay tribute to you in our family home year after year.
We moved you across half the country, and you had Thanksgiving dinner with us.
Now, was the inclusion at the Thanksgiving dinner, was that special for this year? Does that happen often?
Well, here's the thing. So I don't want to upset you with this fact, but you'd been in the attic for a while.
I'll take it.
I think after episodes, 1, 2, and 3, there was a pause.
Right.
You'd been in the attic. So when we were moving my dad out of the house, we refound Watto.
Gotcha. Okay.
And we were like, what are you going to do with him? And my dad said, I'm not sure yet. And then we came back 3 months later to move him, and Watto was still in the living room. And he said, I think I'm going to keep him. And we said, you want to move him? And he was like, yes. And then he moved him to Maryland, where he now lives with my brother. And like one of the first things he did was like put Watto back up in the living room. And he's just been there. That is right. I don't know if, I guess that's his home now.
No, this is a great story. Yeah. You were worried about defending me. This is a story of triumph.
Yeah, it is. I will say that storing Watto in the attic feels like the type of thoughtlessly insensitive thing that I might have done at one point without realizing the implications of that.
Right. Yeah. Yes. You did have a subplot, because people ask why I wasn't in Revenge of the Sith. Originally, you had a 40-page subplot that was Watto hiding out in the attic of a spaceship, furiously writing in his diary. And you showed it to some of your friends, and they were like, something about this ring's kind of uncomfortable.
Also, but that wasn't why I cut it. It just, the film was running long, and you couldn't, it was a clean lift, because it didn't impact. There were a few shots where people were reading the book later. They were reading Watto's diary, but other than that, it's a...
Right, there's the Order 66 massacre, and then just cut to someone saying, Bail Organa going, Watto, get in the attic of the ship. Write anything you're feeling.
And if you watch the movie now, there are a few shots here and there where you can tell people, you can tell what was, I see it. But most people, no one's commented on, no one's noticed it.
It was supposed to be like ARLI, where every once in a while you were watching a scene of the main characters in Revenge of the Sith, and then the scene closed like a book, and it zoomed out, and it was Watto's diary. And you realized, all of these scenes in this movie are just pages from Watto's attic diary. Once again, a clean list. I mean, you don't need any of that. The scenes work on their own.
Are you watching Arliss on the motorcycle? Did you see the shot of Arliss on the motorcycle just now?
Oh, no, I think I'm ever so slightly behind.
The person on the motorcycle.
Oh, here we go. Is Sandra Oh always on this show?
Yeah. It's a regular every episode.
Wow.
Yeah.
Erin, this is where we are.
Wait, do you mean this live stream? She has not been on the live stream show yet.
Oh wait. Okay, yeah, I'm like 10 seconds behind.
Yeah. Sandra Oh is on every episode of Arliss. It's just
like it's a chapter of Sandra Oh's career that I didn't know about.
Yeah.
A real start. I mean, this is 7 seasons, 80 episodes. But here's a fun wrinkle. Sandra Oh has been on 0 episodes of the George Lucas talk show.
Seems like a real oversight.
We've got every other main cast member of Arliss has been on this.
Really?
Yes. Robert Lowe, Jim Turner, Michael Goldman, all have appeared.
I wish I knew Sandra Oh so I could make her come on. I mean,
we don't want to make her come on. We want to make her want to come on.
Exactly. We want her to want to.
Well, I can only assume that she hasn't because she doesn't know. I can only assume that if she knew about it, she would.
It's a very generous assumption, but 1 week someone has texted Sandra Oh while on the live stream.
Okay. All right.
So she knows. She knows.
I'm not offended, but she can't feign ignorance at this point.
Hey, Watto, it's Watto's favorite part. Oh, we just had 2 nips.
But
Watto's.
now they're closed.
I don't know.
It almost
Oh,
seems
no,
like
they're there.
every other shot it's alternating between.
Yes, nips and no nips.
Right.
Yeah.
Isn't that interesting?
What is this bra?
Wearing a leather brassiere that has openings right around the nipples, and in certain shots, those openings are stitched up much like Watto's vest, and in other shots, the stitching is not done.
That is, I'll tell you, that's the result. That's the type of thing you could fix so easily digitally, but that's a practical effect. And so it's harder. We could definitely fix it now. Like I could do this probably in very, very small amount of time. Oh, it's getting very sexual now.
She is. What? Do we think that that's her real yin yang tattoo? Oh wow!
Wow. This is a very artfully directed episode of Arliss. I will say
it really is.
Yes,
big swings.
Whoa!
This one, who directed this episode of Arliss?
Let's see. Which one?
Arliss follows in that great tradition of pay cable TV shows written by, created by, and starring comedians, where those comedians seem to get laid a lot on camera.
Yeah.
This was directed by a man named John Murray, who I can't find much else about.
I mean, I'm so confused by this bra, you guys. I just is that a thing that aliens or men want? Just
you're talking to the wrong guy. I have no idea what's going on. There's something going on off screen. I'm so confused.
Because I feel like there are products for women post-birth who are lactating.
Yeah.
The bra has sort of an easy
for babies.
Right. But this looks like more of a fetish object, does it not?
The man who directed this episode is an editor who edited, 30 episodes of Madam Secretary, Drop Dead Diva, Kangaroo Jack, the episode of Entourage about Harvey Weinstein, the Get Smart reboot from 1995, a bunch of Beverly Hills 90210. He was an additional editor on Transformers.
Wow.
I mean, that tracks.
Yeah, sure.
I'm really into editing these shots together. Open mouth into open mouth.
No, he's showing off a little. I like it.
Showing off a little bit. Aaron,
this isn't the Arliss Falls in Love episode, is it?
This is an Arliss. I think it's more an Arliss Gets Some episode. The Falls in Love episodes have less screen time for Jim and Michael.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Erin, what have you been doing in quarantine? How have you been staying sane?
You know what? My boyfriend and I have been building a lot of Legos, to be honest. We have done some Star Wars.
Oh.
We have built, I should have sent in, we've started a series of photos called Yoda in Quarantine with the Lego Yoda. Yes, Lego. It's amazing. But the Lego Yoda's eyes are like unnervingly human.
Oh, you're talking about the set where it's like you build a life-size Yoda.
Yeah, you build a like Yoda that's like this big.
Yeah, here
but like his eyes are very expressive, but the only facial expressions he can have are like confusion, anger, and deep, deep sadness.
Oh.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, it's like Yoda would say, confusion leads to anger. Anger leads to deep, deep sadness.
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah.
But so we have, I mean, that's been mostly a lot of it. We built 2 Jurassic Park sets.
That's fun.
Oh, my buddy Steve. I helped him.
Yes.
It's a favorite of mine. We built a New York City skyline, the International Space Station.
Wow.
Someone recently sent to us Yoda's hut.
Oh, that's a good one.
Sizing is going to be a problem, but I think we can do some forced perspective work.
Aaron, size matters not.
Yes, size matters.
Size matters not.
Size matters not.
It is. I mean, that's. I mean,
How,
honestly,
what, now, you mean the place where Yoda lives on Dagobah?
yes. I mean,
No, I thought
the Lego company
not like a Jabba, not a Jabba hut. It's not, because Yoda does have a hut that he sort of controls.
She meant
It's
residence,
Yoda's hut.
not species.
Yeah, his residence. I believe that the Lego company labeled it as Yoda's hut, which is where I got that wording from.
1T.
Yeah.
1T.
Erin, have you ever appeared on an HBO series?
No, not HBO. We did an episode of Showtime.
Okay.
Right.
So similar.
It's a CBS. It's a Viacom CBS. Yeah.
I feel like I auditioned for Boardwalk Empire like 8,000 times.
Wow.
My like White Whale show.
Yes.
Where I like, kept auditioning, but it just never happened.
Right.
That's a bummer.
Sorry.
No,
sorry.
no, it's all right. I mean, I've survived. It's okay.
Yeah.
Watto had a similar thing with Seinfeld. Like, I mean, this was the problem. I was like, I'm local hire, I'm here. And then people told me after years, like, no, the whole thing filmed in LA. So I'm saying, like, I'm there on like the Upper East Side, and I'm like, where's my fucking call? Like, I'm around the corner from the restaurant.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You put yourself on tape for a few parts, because that was that was before you were fully rendered, if I recall correctly.
I was in a pre-rendered state. I was a wireframe model. But I said, like, even still, I would fit in perfectly, like hand in glove on this show.
Right.
Right.
And they weren't into as much like inclusion at that point.
They weren't. And I should also mention, as I said, like sort of pre-rendered early state, I did not really understand how the industry worked. So I would be emailing in self-tapes after the episodes aired. You know?
Right.
Because I didn't have representation. So I'd see the episode with the naked guy on the subway. I would go, I could definitely play that part. I never wear pants. And then I would email in, and they would respond back like, the episode's done, dude. It's in syndication. Right. I don't understand what you're trying to
will say, if you were emailing video files during the run of Seinfeld, those may never have fully arrived. I'm not entirely certain that whatever form of early video file transfer you were using, that might have been hours worth of downloading.
They were essentially MIDI files.
Watto, what would have been your
graphics? Yes.
What would have been your man hands or your close talker? Like when they're talking about Watto, what would that have been for you?
He's a long snouter. You know these guys got their long snout. Or slave owner. It would be one or the other.
Yeah.
I don't know if Jerry would want to touch that. He usually stays away from politics.
Sure.
But I think there could have been an episode where Elaine's dating you and then finds out that you own child slaves.
That maybe feels a little bit more like a curb.
That's true.
Right. Which is maybe,
because you're also the best she's ever had. So it's the
I like this plot line.
That's,
Barry,
you see,
Barry, mind tricks don't work on him.
I tried.
And if my memory is serving me well, I believe you were up for the role of Joe Davola.
Yes. Crazy Joe Davola. Yes.
Crazy Joe Davola. You were down for that role. And it just was a toss-up. Like it was either.
Okay, so I so many times self-submitted MIDI files along with bitmap images, my own self-tapes for roles that had already aired, and they would not consider me for the role. Crazy Joe Davola, I screen tested for, despite the fact that I never even read for them.
Right.
It was the opposite, where they just after the fact said, you should know you came really close to this part. And I said, no one told me. And they said, we were going to deal with it later. But you had the right energy.
So it never happens the way you think it's going to.
It never happens.
It's a crazy business. This industry is crazy.
It's crazy business. It's crazy.
So Arliss is getting a tattoo.
Yes.
Am I correct in having put together that the crazy sex scene we just saw was the tattoo artist's wife?
Is this Booger from Revenge of the Nerds?
Someone said ogre.
Ogre. No, yeah, no. Booger was a different. This is Ogre from Revenge of the Nerds. I believe he was also in a Fletch movie.
Yes.
Sure.
Erin,
Why are you washing his leg?
yes, to butter him up for the tattoo and to ease the pain. I think maybe this is the husband of the lady, but maybe one or the other does not know that the other knows.
Yeah.
Right.
I think this is maybe a classic comedic misunderstanding.
I want to put a challenge out. I want to put a challenge out to some of our fans. If they can take, because there's a lot of scenes. Watto, you shot a lot of scenes in 1 and 2.
Yes.
That I think would be good as end of episode Curb Your Enthusiasm scenes. And I want to put a challenge out to people to find scenes with Watto because he's bested a lot. There's a lot of scenes where Watto is bested.
Yes.
And find the moments where that classic Curb music will come in and post those on social media.
Yes.
Someone has time for that for sure right now, right?
Yeah.
These are easy asks.
Aaron, you would be shocked by the things people have done for us just because we asked them.
I wouldn't be shocked. I don't think that I would be shocked unless it's like murdering someone.
We haven't asked.
Well, not yet.
Yeah, maybe don't ask, just
We're
in case it turns out that that's a go.
Is the tattoo artist trying to seduce him now? Is this
Yes, I believe the tattoo artist is coming out to him. And
Yeah.
I think the tattoo artist is someone's father that Arliss knows. That is the vibe I'm getting.
This is a dense episode.
Should we give Aaron an Arliss name?
Yes, Aaron.
Yes,
we're
let's
give
do
you
this.
an Arliss name.
Okay.
No. Aaron, this is very exciting. We were doing this on our own, and someone made this website because, as you know, Arliss's name has the S's are dollar signs.
Yes.
Someone made this website inspired by what we've been doing, and you can create anyone can go to arliss.me now and create their own Arliss name, and these sliders dictate how much of your name is business and how much of your name is sports.
But anyone can do this for free. It's a public utility now.
Immediately right off the bat, I think we got to make it more Arliss.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
And it doesn't work. Okay, we might have to do this manually.
Yeah.
So can I suggest ER? Yes, and then also can we go ERLI $? Yes. Okay.
Listen.
Oh,
Right
Aaron's
now,
Arliss-ky.
Aaron, this is where you have to tell us on a scale from 1 to 4, how business are you and how sports are you?
I mean, I'm gonna say 2 business, 3 sports.
Wow. Okay, and let's see it.
all right. Perfect. What a perfect Arliss name you have
I
now.
mean,
That's pretty good.
I'm a big hockey fan, so I like that that's in there. Less so the golf, but
But sometimes you got to take the golf because it's part of sports.
Yes.
is it? Yeah, I mean, I suppose.
And I mean, if
I think,
Arliss-
Aaron, I'm with you. I think it's part of leisure.
Yeah. I had a friend who called it a lifetime sport. I don't know what that means.
Yeah.
But it felt fitting to me.
I don't think that anything that our current president does could be counted as a sport.
No.
Yeah.
No,
I
but
think- I think-
it is kind of telling that, like, very often on an episode of Arliss, if golf is depicted, it is merely the background for a deal being made. You know,
Yeah.
he's rarely scouting a golf player, but
Mhm.
often he is taking someone else out for a round of golf, and that is where they sort of make the handshake deal.
Hey, Watto,
Wait,
it's
is
fine.
it like an old person football league that they're playing in?
I think it's an all-star game for former players.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Erin, so you have appeared on many TV shows.
I mean, that's kind. Sure. Yes.
Right. I'd say at this point, probably you've appeared in maybe 39 episodes across different series. Does that seem fair?
That seems fair. Sure. Yes.
Right. Okay. So think of all the different experiences that you've had. 39 different call sheets, right?
Yes.
I would say 39 table reads, but we know in TV sometimes they go, hey, we're behind. We don't have time for a table read. You're going to be cold reading scenes on the day that you get them. But imagine all those experiences and nothing to show for it. Imagine all that work and it was never seen. Okay?
Yeah.
Now you are putting yourself in the mindset of a real nightmare that George Lucas has lived through, because George completely self-financed and self-produced 39 episodes of an animated series called Star Wars Detours. This is fully true. 39 episodes. He said it's time for Star Wars that's funny, more jokes, more laughs, comedy. Right. Half of it takes place at Dexter Jettster's diner from episode 2, Attack of the Clones. A lot of it features Luke Skywalker and Leia Organa as small children before they understand their legacy and their future, their destiny.
All we wanted to do was make people laugh.
He produces 39 episodes. Disney steals Lucasfilm, leaves behind $3 billion. George goes, at the very least, they will liberate my 39 episodes. And Disney says, no, we're going to put it on a shelf. And it's been on that shelf for over a decade. This show exists. You can Google it. There was footage shown off at Comic-Con.
You can watch a trailer on YouTube.
But you can't find it anywhere?
It was never
they won't release it. Even though they could release it today with the press of a button.
Disney
they could put it on Disney Plus.
I was going to say, because now they have Disney Plus, you would think they would want that content.
Hey,
not only do they have Disney Plus, they have no film and production that can happen other than a few, lucky shows that are able to, keep going through digital technology. You're welcome.
It is finished. 39 finished episodes.
Has anyone seen it?
We've seen it. George and I have seen it.
I've seen it. We made
I've
it.
seen a little bit just from being around George.
Yeah. But it never aired anywhere.
Correct.
Never. And the reason they didn't do it originally is because they wanted to start they wanted to restart Star Wars with The Force Awakens, and they didn't want to start out with a spoof, with a comedy of Star Wars.
So
I get that.
We gotta sort of reset.
Let's wait until.
But
it's 2020.
Made?
Almost a decade ago.
Yeah, 2010, 2011.
Yeah.
I think it's announced in 2011, and it had already been in production. Here's a crazy stat, okay? The show was announced in 2011. It was completed. Then Disney buys Lucasfilm.
Right.
5 years later, Disney announces that Star Wars Detours has been canceled. They canceled a show that had already finished production but had never been aired. They pre-canceled it.
Imagine, and here's the thing. I sold my cartoons, my Star Wars cartoons, to Disney, thinking, what does Disney do all the time? They release cartoons. They've been doing it since the 1920s.
Yes.
Disney has been releasing cartoons for a century.
Before it was cool.
So, imagine if I gave 39 chickens to Colonel Sanders. What do I think he's going to do with them?
Release them.
Keep them on the shelf?
Fry them and then release them to the public.
No.
So obviously
he's going to release those chickens.
Right, and you wouldn't put anything in the contract about, like, you have to release this show because you wouldn't think that you'd need to.
Why would you need to? And that would be insulting. Hey, Disney, you release the Star Wars cartoons I give you, won't you? I never would have occurred to me to ask them to do it because it's just common courtesy. If George Lucas gives you a Star Wars cartoon and you run a cartoon factory, how was I to know?
I mean, would you put it in the contract now, though?
Yeah.
2020. I mean,
hindsight.
Here's what Disney loves doing. Okay, Disney loves spending their own money to make cartoons from scratch and then release them.
I also want to say they're a great.
In my defense,
George, I want to say they're a great company that's never done anything.
They're great.
Wrong.
They're great. I love them. I also want to say it's probably my fault
for them.
I was in my defense. If I didn't sell Star Wars quickly, I was going to have some tax issues. So it was really,
It is just fascinating that Disney was given completed animation essentially for free, and they said, "Nah, we're good."
Well, and then they released an entire streaming platform for which they were trying to build up content.
Yes,
a streaming platform And let's be honest, they're putting everything on there. Like, you can't say that, it'll be confusing if on a streaming service that includes such titles as Mr. Boogedy and Bride of Boogedy.
Yeah,
that
both of the Boogedy's on there.
Both of their Boogedy movies are on Disney Plus. So you can't say like, we don't want to confuse anyone by putting a bunch of Star Wars cartoons. They have all the Lego Star Wars on there. I don't think it'd be confusing.
No, there are surely other Star Wars cartoons, just not the ones that you made.
Erin,
I don't.
Can I tell you something? Within the first 5 minutes of a given episode of Star Wars Detours, I'm going to say this. Within the first few minutes of one of the episodes, we started spoofing Willy Wonka and the Chocolate Factory. Now, what could imagine that being held back? You have Star Wars using Ugnaughts to spoof the Oompa Loompas in Willy Wonka and the Chocolate Factory. This is 100% true.
This is real. George and I
wish I could show you the footage that I not only produced, but I have seen with my own eyes.
You have seen it.
And this is being Disney is withholding Ugnaughts pretending to be Oompa Loompas spoofing Willy Wonka and the Chocolate Factory.
Does this keep you up at night?
Let's start the next episode, but continue talking about this for another 20 minutes. Because, Erin, I feel like you're reacting to this with the appropriate level of shock. I think many of our guests are kind of like taking it in stride. And you're freaking out at the level that we've been waiting for.
Well, because here's the thing. It's also like particularly in this moment.
Okay, that's what I was going to say. Okay, so let's start the next episode and then dig into this. Okay?
Let's start it.